Guess I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find no matter what. Yeah, susceptible now.
No typing
For the
on
moment flies
time you
before
out.
it flies. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find no matter what.
Okay.
Susceptible now, before the moment flies. Yeah.
We are back. How we doing? How we doing? How we doing, everybody? Welcome, 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 welcome. Shout out to the CIA, the confident, intelligent, and assertive men out there. One love to the FBI, feminine, beautiful, inspirational ladies. Good stuff. Let's get this going. Make sure we got the lights correct. All right, it has been a heck of a week. Start off to the new year. Now remember, keep the engagement up over 50%. The engagement just simply means the likes, or if you're so inclined, you can do the dislikes. It's up to you. Either way, but as long as it stays over 50%, if it doesn't, you will hear this song. If you don't want to hear that song in its entirety, keep the likes up. That's what we need to do. All right. Now, get that dog off me. Man, what a crazy video that was. She did it to herself. I don't know why people think they can just come around and act in crazy ways. But anyway, where are my manners? Candle of the Evening from Lalabo. We're starting a new one. Cologne 17. Amber. Think of it's meant to kind of be reminiscent of by the French Riviera, sitting out, getting a nice breeze. And fragrance of the day, actually there were two. We started off with Chanel's latest, Le Lion. And then as the evening came on into it, we went with Gerjoff Ceylon. All right, so let's get it. How's everybody doing? You see the title of the stream. Are modern women the walking dread? Yes, that's a play on words, The Walking Dread. I used to love the TV show The Walking Dead. It's got kind of derivative over the last several seasons, but last season was actually very good. And what made me ask the question is so much of what I still see with women today. Modern women have more than any other women in the history, but seem to be the most unhappy. I asked this on my community tab. Ladies, are women more happy today or 75 years ago? What do you say and why? Of the 3,800 votes from the ladies, 3,800 votes, 81% of women said women were happier 75 years ago. 75 years ago. That puts us firmly back in the what? 40s, 1945, World War II. All right. And I have 261 comments. Then I asked the same question to the fellas. Said, hey, fellas, were women more happy today or 75 years ago? And 87% of the men said back then. with 454 comments. So no matter how you slice it, the men and the women seem to be both in agreement that regardless as to of all the advances in women's rights, this or that, after suffrage and the right to vote, women pretty much say that they were happier. Happier. And why is that? Why do you think women were happier back then? And a big part of it is because women still were doing what they wanted to do, what they enjoyed doing. They had their families, they had their husbands. In particular, in the black community, we had a marital rate of over 80%. We had neighborhoods, we had our own churches, our own businesses, our own colleges, our own teachers. We had something. Everybody had something, even with segregation, and all the horrible things regarding race relations in this country. And growing up in the Midwest, trust me, Oklahoma, reddest state in the union, I'm very familiar. But when it's all said and done, when people were happy to go back home, women were happier then. Well, what did women back then know and have that women today don't have? Well, women back then could work. The jobs they had, limited options, but they still could work. Okay? So it can't be, my volume's low. Do testing. 1 2 testing 1 2. Let's see. Testing 1 2 3 testing 1 2. Let's check all the connections. Let's test all the connections. Testing 1 2. All right, we got full power. Cloud lifters engaged. Da, 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 da. All right. So, mission control, is that better? Mission control, is that better? All right. Sometimes you just got to unplug stuff and plug it all back up. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Basically, I was just going over the results, saying that back in the day, women were happier. Even with all the civil rights injustices and all the horrible stuff that was going on with the race relations, women were happier. Back then, women had very limited options. I come from a family of women that were domestics. My grandmother cleaned floors. She was a housekeeper. And I'm not going to say the Jewish family that they worked for. And as her daughters grew up, guess what? They start being domestics too. The family was really nice to us, though. Go watch the show on Hulu, Mrs. America, and you'll see that. But even back then, you would leave that job and go back to your neighborhood, and the main thing women were coming home to was their families. They were coming home to their families, which included a husband and included children. Okay? And when I say women, I want to be clear. It was women across the board. Women across the board. So understand something. It doesn't matter. Hold on. Let me do something real quick. And included children. Okay? And when I say women, I want to be clear. It was women. So moderators, if anybody comes in and says volume is still low, time them out. If anybody comes in and moderators, if anybody comes in and says volume is low, no sound, that's a troll tactic. Time them out. All right. So even back then, when women had little to no options, they still had husbands. We got 6,800 people watching, and we only have 2,900 likes. We need to get those likes up. Women had options. They could. I mean, they had husbands. They had families, and this week I've chronicled how we got here, the lies that were told, and they were outright lies. Um, but now we're at the ramifications. I asked this question on Instagram the other day. Why are modern women so bad at keeping and maintaining relationships? And the video I uploaded, I'm going to upload a whole lot of interviews or calls in this very regard, because no matter how you slice it, with the 50+% divorce rate in this country, 7 to 8 out of 10 times when a relationship breaks up in this United States of America, it is a woman that is leaving, not a man. It is a woman that is choosing to file and walk, not a man. 7 months of videos, conversations, confessions. I think that may be the show. Conversations and confessions. Conversations, confessions, testimony. Day in, day out, week in, week out, women are admitting, I left because, sure, you have a few women that come out talking about how bad it was, but if you push a little bit, you find out they were just as complicit, if not more. And on Instagram, I had women being very honest. Hey, I cheated on my man. He was a good man, but I got bored. I cheated on him. And ever since then, things have been crap. Wait till you see some of these conversations. Young to older, black, white, Asian. If it's in the West, this is happening. Modern women are horrible at keeping relationships because you were trained to be independent. You were trained to be independent, and you were taught to go out and compete with men. To where this is what the average woman's life today is. The average modern woman: work, eat, home, sleep, repeat. Remember that song by MC Light? Want a roughneck, gotta get a roughneck. Want a roughneck, gotta get it. Eat, sleep, shit, eat, sleep, shit, eat, sleep, fuck, shit. They used to bleep that out. Eat, sleep, shit, eat, sleep, fuck, shit. That's what modern women's life is, except there's no eat, sleep, shit, eat, sleep, fuck, shit. There's no effing. It's work, eat, home, sleep, repeat. Work, eat, home, sleep, repeat. Get up, eat, drive to work, come home, sleep. Get up, eat, go to work, come home, sleep, repeat. That's your lives, ladies. That's what your PhD has gotten you.
I'm a PhD.
The only reason you got to rush, the only reason many women got to rush to get home. No babies, you got dogs. That's your family. I got to rush to get home. Why? You got to get home to your husband? No. Oh, what's you got to get home with the kids? I got to let the dog out. Oh. And when you listen to housewives and women who are happily married or in committed relationships, when you hear them listen to one of these single independent career gals, when you hear them give that, oh, it's like, oh, you got to get home to let the dog out. Oh. Dogs existed back then, ladies. The difference is many modern women were lied to. It's not a lot of you guys' fault. You just consumed the media that was put in front of you. We all bought it. Men were lied to as well. But the difference is there's a double standard. And ladies, you can't get back time, and we're different. So many women today are walking around, in effect, dreading their lives. They don't like what they do for a living. Most women don't like what they do for a living. Hence, when given the opportunity or asked the question, all the stuff you've done, would you give it up to be a housewife? 7 out of 700 women, 697 said they would. And this mirrors a show that Oprah Winfrey did back in the 90s, where she had a bunch of executives and high powered women from across the country up on the stage having a girl power rally, and they were just asking all these questions. But Oprah she did something you're never supposed to do. She asked a question that she didn't know the answer to. At the end of the broadcast, all the women that were on the panels, from vice presidents to executives here, there, such and so forth, she asked them, ladies, I just got to ask you, if you could do it all over again, would you choose to give up your fantastic careers and your advancement and all this stuff to just be a simple stay-at-home housewife and have kids? And to the woman, they all said yes. The look on Oprah's face was like, uh-oh. They cut to commercial so quick, and it is next to impossible to find that clip anywhere online. Those women said, hell yeah, I would give it up. Because that's not what they're not happy. They're successful. And this is the thing. So many women today literally dread their lives. This is why 1 in 4 are on some form of antidepressant, some sort of medication. And the ones that aren't on psych meds are either medicating their emotions with food or alcohol. You can hear drunk women calling into YouTube shows throughout the week, complaining about men. As a matter of fact, the only thing or the main things that seems to give some of these women enjoyment is insulting men. That's like how a mother looks at their child when they first have it, or like a man feels accomplishment after building something. This is the joy. This is what they get. This is what makes these women light up. Imagine this: the walking dread. They walk through life, and the only life or motivation is tearing down, talking about men, dusties and crusties and busties and da 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 da. But when you ask them, who did what to you? Where's your relationships? Where are the relationship history? It tends to be next to nothing. Next to nothing. Next to nothing. And the sad part is, I feel kind of bad for them, because it must be horrible to walk through life that
was pathetic.
It must be pathetic to walk through life, get up in the morning, go to a job you don't like, to be around people you don't like, to do stuff that you don't like, to not make enough money, to get off, to be too tired after working to even feel like going to work out, to eat some crappy dinner that you didn't cook, to sit on the couch, to have to tune in online to watch people on Instagram or whatever live their lives while you're drinking your glass of wine and about to pop an Ambien to cry yourself to bed. And the only thing joining you in the bed, that's sad. So my thing is, ladies, why do you dread your life? You cannot dread your life because of a man. Most don't have men. Most don't have men.
I rebuke.
Most don't have them. And we start peeling back the layers of the onion, because you don't have a man, you don't have kids, you don't have relationships. What happens? Misery finds misery, and women are clutching up, clumping up, and they're finding things to be upset with. I'm one of them. I got women so angry at me for simply doing what they do. I got women angry at me, and these women are sitting around calling me crusty, dusty, busted, conquered, dominated, lame, losers, weirdos. Some of the most horrific things to where if men did it, their channels wouldn't exist. They get together and talk about some random made up man, and in the chat rooms full of other women saying, yeah, yeah, yeah. But the sad part is, are these women happy? I have yet to really see happy professional women. I mean, sure, maybe a moment in time, but you ask yourself, is the woman to the right and to the left of you, ladies, is she happy? Is the woman in your mirror happy? Do you hang around happy women, joyful women, women who are bright, effervescent? Or do you hang around women who will always have a grievance, always upset? Something's always wrong. And I'm gonna tell you the most telling of the walking dread. They are the women who are firmly over 35. They have crossed into no man's land. There is nothing sadder than women in no man's land who run out of tickets. And just like the Kate Blanchett said when playing Phyllis Schlafly in Mrs. America, she said, "I'm sorry, ladies, to tell you that you cannot legislate middle-aged women's happiness. You cannot legislate it. You can't cajole it. You can't order it. You can't get a court, a law, or anything else. And you got so many women who are getting straight out of the danger zone.
Danger zone!
27 to 35, sliding right on through there, get into their early 30s to mid 30s, and they're facing the reality that they're now middle-aged women and they're unhappy. It really tends to run high in divorcees and single mothers, or baby mamas, should I say. Divorcees and baby mamas. Why? Because baby mama at one point had a man. She had to. The evidence is there. And the divorcee had a man too. But over here, 7 or 8 times out of 10, she left. Baby mama, chances are very high. Well, 7 out of 8 times she left too. And they got the remnants of a man and the remnants of a relationship. And they're going out into the marketplace with this dread on them. See, in the Walking Dead, one of the beautiful things, they never said where the zombie apocalypse came from. Well, there's been a rumor that they said it came from space, but they never said the origin of the zombie apocalypse, the zombie virus. The thing is, once you're bit, you will turn unless you amputate in time. Okay? Unless you amputate in time. But if you're bit on the chest or in a vital area, a place where you cannot be amputated, you will turn. It's a 100% certainty. And if you're lucky enough to live until death, let's say you die of old age, you will turn. Your body will reanimate. So you cannot escape the dread of becoming the walking dead. No matter what goes on, all human life ends, and all human beings are walking around with the knowledge that once I'm over, it's still not going to be over. I'm going to be walking around in this mindless, soulless zombie in a horde of other zombies, moving from place to place, from sound to sound, trying to just imitate life. That's what's going to happen. And they're angry about it. You watch some of the characters on the show, they're angry about this knowledge, knowing that this is where it ends. And for the women who have chosen relationship was on the back burner, and now you're scrambling, saying you want a high value man and 5 kids, and you are making you and 5 kids, and you need a man making $500,000. And then when asked, well, what does that man want from a woman? And do you have those kind of skills? And knowing that no matter how you can floss and flake your 10 energy, that you just don't come with what it takes to get that kind of man. You would be lucky if you could just get an average man, but you can't, your ego, your 10 energy won't let you deal with an average man. So this is the outcome. That right there. Knowing that you're going to reach middle age. And once my eggs are powdered, that's it. Even if you have children, once your children are out of the house as a baby mama, that's it. The only women who are not dreading life are the women who have husbands. The women who are happily with their husbands. Because once the kids are gone, she still got somebody else to walk through life with. Well, hold on, Kevin. Well, what about the men? We're talking about y'all. They'll always want to change the story to what about the men? We're talking about you. And men got a fix for this situation. There's a cure for the walking dread for men. It's called resources. A man can be the walking dread till 50 years old, but as long as he can produce and make money, he has a chance to go back and start another life. And this is why so many women are dreading, walking through life with dread, like Miss Havisham, stuck. Because you were sold a bill of goods, sold a lie. So many people told you what you wanted to hear. And you wasted your time on things that really don't matter because you're not happy in your, and let's be honest, 90% of women don't have careers. 80 to 90% don't have careers. You got jobs. The largest employers, especially in the Black community, are retail and the post office. You're not happy. I know it and you know it. I guess y'all thought I was kidding about the lights. No, I'm not. Get them up. I shouldn't have to keep doing this, but I will every night. I'm not turning up the volume. It's not meant to be enjoyable. think you guys understand that song is not meant to be enjoyable. It's not meant to be, ooh, let's rock out. That's not what the song is meant for. It's meant to be punitive. Because you hit the dadgum like button. So what's the solution, ladies? The solution, ladies, is to stop doing what you've been doing. You got your PhD?
I'm a PhD.
Congratulations. You got your, unless you are trying to go for a law partner, knock it off. I had a woman yesterday, a white woman who's a dancer, and talked about how she's 36 and she wants to get married. And she said, well, in my career, getting married and having children would have had an impact on my career, and there would have been trade-offs and this and that. And I said, well, wait a minute. When I think about dancers, I think about showgirls in Vegas. And I think about on Broadway. How did the women do it 40 or 50 years ago? Because they had children. They were married. And she said, I don't know. I'm like, that's what you need to study. Go back to what worked. And what women back then did is actually, they got married. Or they only danced for a certain amount of years. They didn't try to dance until their 40s. They danced for a few years. Because these careers that you ladies have, you out here competing against men, and we're not going to just let you have the promotion. You're going to have to fight for it. What's the end goal, ladies? Is to understand that what you've been told ain't working. Oh, Jesus Christ. So if somebody comes in here talking about quiet voice, let me help them out. Moderators, if anybody else that comes in talking about quiet voice or whatever, remove. Yep. No, my mic, okay. Mic volume's not low. I'm listening to it on broadcast. I hear it on the broadcast, so you need to go do something. Moderators, if anybody comes in talking about volume, time them out. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and... Actually, you know what? I'm just going to block you. Here's this fool right here. Look at this. I want you guys to see something. Somebody said, you got too much pride. Let's get into it. What really bothers a lot of women today is that the tables have turned. Men are finally starting to speak up, say what they want, understand their worth, understand their value. And a lot of women are just kind of ticked. And see, when a woman is sitting around saying, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, they call her a queen, a boss, a diva. You go, girl, but when a man does it, he's arrogant. Man, don't let that shit bother you. You do what you're gonna do, bro. You do what you're gonna do, and you let them be upset. That is what you do. All right, we're gonna actually open the call line because I really want to understand why some of you ladies are dreading your lives. Why are you dreading your lives? And what are you gonna do to fix it? Because what you're doing is not working, and what a lot of other women are telling you ain't working either. They're just telling you to go level up, go get a bag, go secure this, go secure that. Where? With what? Masculinity? 10 energy? Dress size 18? Not gonna happen. Let's get into it.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios todo lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón, porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción, yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work, yeah. El mundo quiere dinero, yeah, yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero, Money work. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, de corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunático.
Now, I can hear myself just fine. Do. All right, lunatico. Testing. Dude, I don't know what to tell you. Reset. If I'm sitting here listening to my volume coming out of YouTube, what do you want me to tell you? Turn the volume up, refresh, do something. Other than that, yeah, if I'm listening to the same broadcast you guys are listening to, and you can't hear them, and I'm hearing it. Yep. So I get back in again. So there we go. Output volume. Testing. Testing. Raw high. So there we go. All right, so here we go. If you want to get in the show. Now, why did I turn the chat room off? Because I'm tired of you guys talking about the volume. I can hear myself just fine coming through YouTube. So until you guys stop hitting the I don't know what's going on with you, but if I can hear it, I don't know what else you guys want me to do. So stop talking about the volume. All right, here we go, ladies. Do 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 do. All right, here we go. So now that's down. That's up. Scarlet. Uh, um, Go ahead and unmute yourself. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Do 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 do. Hello. Hey, your first name. All right. Hold on just a second. What do you got for me?
Um, I just want to actually say thank you. I actually started listening to you about a month ago, and I realized all the lies that we have been told as women. And I have recently been doing work and humbling myself and getting myself in shape. I've lost 15 pounds in the month of December. I ordered a Peloton, and I'm just working on being humble and just getting my feminine energy back. So I just wanted to say thank you.
You're very welcome. And how old are you?
I am 37.
And what outcome are you trying to get?
I would like to have a child one day.
Okay. One
Like to
day?
have a family. Yes,
One
well,
day?
yes, soon. I know, like your
One
eggs are
day.
powdered.
Why do my thing is why did you ladies wait so long?
Um, I think just being just driven. I think for me growing up, having a mother that was always reliant in a way, like my mom, I have to be honest, my mother was lazy. And growing up seeing that, I think I just work so hard to just make
What do you
sure I'm
do?
able. Well, I have my own tax company.
You own what company?
I have my own tax company,
Okay.
but it took me like I went to school late and everything. I didn't grow up having like a solid foundation. I worked starting at 16, like I worked in the mall and then went to corporate and
So
then
so let me ask, but the question I'm really curious about. You can work as
mhm,
hard as you want,
mhm.
but I'm always curious as to how women did not hear that they needed to stay fit.
Well, you know what? I've always knew that. I let myself go. My father had passed away and I believe I went through like a deep depression because I
Hmm.
came uninterested in a lot of things and I've always worked out. It was just after that that's when I realized like how much weight I gained. I said, "Oh no." Like
How long ago was that?
7 years ago.
How
Yep.
much did you weigh before?
Um I weighed before my dad died 150. I've always been a bigger girl and I was always athletic. So right now I weigh 278 and I still have a long ways to go. Yep.
278.
Hmm.
How tall are you?
I'm short. I'm 5'2". You can see from my picture. You can see I'm chubs there. So yeah. Yep.
I mean, so
Hmm.
in all honesty,
Hmm.
tax preparing and things like that. But I'm how can you? Are you happy at that with what you see when you look in the mirror?
No, that's why I did something about it and ordered a Peloton. With everything going on with Corona, I don't want to be at the gym physically. So I have weights here. I have my Peloton, and using my body weight. So that's why I'm doing something about it.
But I would tell you, man, and you're how old?
37.
It's gonna take far more than a Peloton.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why I have weights and, get out
No,
and
no,
walk around.
no, 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 no. More than anything, it's gonna require a massive change in your diet.
Oh, absolutely.
A massive change. You take in too many calories, and I firmly believe I don't think you can do this on your own.
Well, I have a trainer, and he actually has like a book that he came out with a dietitian. So the thing with me is I actually know better. I know that I have to eat healthy. So for me, I understand that and realize that's the only way you can lose weight. You can't outwork a bad diet.
But 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 so when did you order your Peloton?
I ordered my Peloton in August.
Okay, and where is it?
It's in my living room. I work out 5 days a week.
And how many miles are you doing?
7. I do 45 minutes a day.
7 miles?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my! Hold on, baby girl. That's not even a warm up.
I can do more.
No, no. Let me
What about an
see.
hour?
No, 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 no. See, do you want to hear this?
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Okay.
I'm humble.
All right. You ladies, your tolerant. You one lap around the lake is 10 miles for me. And I remember when I first started riding my bike, I thought 10 miles was the longest thing in the world. That's just warm up.
Hmm.
That's warm up, and then you do do anywhere from 2 to 3 more laps. Ma'am, August to now, you are going to have to be putting in 20 miles
Okay,
in addition to resistance training, in
absolutely.
addition to a massive change in your diet, in addition to drinking lots of water, in addition to vitamins and supplements.
Hmm.
This is what I mean. Your career and everything else like that, you can't be 5'2" and almost 300 pounds.
I know it's sad.
I,
Yep.
I, I know, but it's like,
So I'm doing something about it,
yeah,
and I
but
appreciate the
we
honesty.
gotta
And
do we gotta do more. And this is one of the things that happens when men aren't around.
yeah,
You ladies, it's like, well, I'm doing 7, but somebody should have told you you need to be doing 30
yeah,
because you guys got to be pushed. Because honestly, ma'am, 7 is not even maintenance. That's when you're already fit. That's what you do to stay there. And see, this is why I think so many women today are walking through life dreading it, because it's gone so far to snap back and to get where it needs to be. Are you really ready to do that kind of work? Because in all honesty, when was the last time you were a dress size 4?
I've never been a size 4 ever in
No,
life.
man.
I
No,
think the
ma'am.
smallest I ever been.
You've had to be a
I'm
dress
being
size 4.
honest.
Ma'am, no, okay,
Ever
okay.
since I think when I was a size 10, I was a size 10. I've never been like a
No,
small
no, no,
girl.
no, 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 no. Now this is where I start calling BS. I'm an image consultant. Okay,
Hmm.
you didn't go from being a little girl to a size 17. You may
Hmm.
not remember it.
Hmm.
You were a size 4. It may be fourth grade, but it happened.
Yes. You know what I actually remember? Like, I remember like being 10 years old and having to get like junior size clothes.
Well,
That's what
where's
I
your dad? Where
actually
was
like
your dad at?
remember. My dad was around, but my parents, they had divorced when I was around
Okay.
7.
So
But my dad was in my life.
is your mom a big woman?
She is. Yeah.
That's why you're the size you are.
Hmm.
Because your mom allowed a 5'2" woman who was shorter than the norm to become this size, to where, ma'am, you can't even remember being a healthy weight. And
Hmm.
see, when I talk to women who are all optimistic, I'm doing something about it. I know the reality that
Hmm.
your best by yourself, it is going to take Herculean effort.
Amen.
Because, I mean, honestly, what's your target goal, target weight?
My target weight was to get down to 200.
Eight. Oh, Jesus. See, see what I'm saying, audience? Her target weight at 5'2" is to be 200 pounds. when she should be 110. And there's no nice and easy way to say this. There's no way to soften it. Ma'am, no way.
Mhm.
200 pounds. You would weigh as much as I do. And you said you want to get married one day?
Yeah,
Nobody's going to marry that.
I'm gonna put in the work.
Nope. But nobody's going to marry to. I mean, honestly, ma'am, what you sound like a successful woman. And I'm assuming you want a man to at least be on your success level.
Yes.
Truthful. Okay.
Yes.
In all honesty, ma'am, do you honestly think that a successful man is going to marry a 5'2", 200-pound woman?
Nope.
Okay. So when you say, "Hey, I'm going to do the work," and all the slogans, I'm like, you can't do the work if your target is not even if your target isn't even the ballpark. Does that make sense?
It does. And that's why I'm glad I called so I can get an additional reality check. So I appreciate it. And I will work harder to get to that.
No, ma'am, it's not working harder. You're going to have to spend some money. You're going to have to spend thousands of dollars because you can't be in charge of this. You absolutely cannot be in charge of it. You must hire a personal trainer and a nutritionist
Mhm.
and put somebody in charge of pay them up front so you will be money
Mhm.
motivated to do something. Because if you're in charge of this, and I'm sorry, I used to teach cycle class, and I know
Mhm.
what people come in and when they come in on January 1st or 2nd with the matching headbands and all the outfits, and they're gone by March. Ma'am, if you don't get this done, diabetes, high blood pressure,
Mhm.
stroke, all these things are possibilities for you. At 5'2", 300 pounds,
Mhm.
278 pounds.
Mhm.
Is that how much you weigh now?
Yes.
What's the most you've ever weighed?
It was 286. That was the most. And I was just like, oh my God, like that's close to 300. It's really scared me. It really did. And I was afraid when I went to the doctor, they was going to tell me that I had, all these conditions, but thank God, I didn't. And I think that was just the reality check. Like if you don't get it together, then because all these diseases can be prevented by living a healthy, and active lifestyle. So
Do you have any sisters?
I do.
Are you guys all around the same height and weight?
Um, I have one. She's tall and always been on the kind of slim side, and then my other sister were kind of like shaped similar.
Let me say something else. Don't say another motherfucking thing about the volume. I will turn the chat room off if you guys keep saying something. It is what it is. And apparently, I don't know what's going on. You haven't paid to enter the show. If you don't like it, please, you can leave. Because if I look over here and keep seeing you guys talk about the volume, I'm shutting off the mother freaking chat room. I got a show to run. And it is what it is. I can't do anything else about it. Stop talking about it. Moderators, anybody else come in and talk about audio? Time them out. Cool. I'm sorry, ma'am.
No
Well,
worries.
what state do you live in?
I'm in New Jersey.
All right. Well, ma'am, I'm pushing this because at almost 40 years old, this isn't about a man or a baby. This is about making sure you live.
Amen.
And when I hear women who are, have that, yeah, girl, I can do it. But then when I know that your target is 200, I'm like, nah, that you need somebody else in charge of this process. But thank you for being honest, though.
Of course, absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. Uh, Elisa, go ahead. How are you? I can't hear you. Your audio's not on. Imani, how are you?
I'm well. How are you, Kevin?
Ooh, you got a garbled connection. Say again.
I'm
Uh, Not hearing you well either. There we go. Say again. Are you on Bluetooth or something?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
You can hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi. Good evening.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing, Mr. Samuels?
I'm well. What do you got for me?
Well, I recently was introduced to your channel by a friend,
Mm-hmm.
and I definitely think that everything that you're saying is very much needed, especially for the quote modern women today.
Mm-hmm.
These are things that I was taught by my grandmother. Um, and it's quite funny actually to see some women react negatively to what I think is just common sense. But yeah, I appreciate the message, and yeah, I'm a fan.
So, how old are you?
I'm 26.
And do you want to get married?
Yes,
And what state are you in?
I'm in New York.
Uh-oh, that's one of the worst places to. Oh my.
Oh, really?
Yeah, competition is stiff in New York.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Very stiff in New York. So, are you seeing anyone seriously?
Currently no.
When was your last serious relationship?
A few months ago.
Okay. So, 26 years old. What's the longest relationship you've been in?
Maybe a year and a half.
How long ago was that?
Maybe like 2 years ago.
Okay. So, 2 years ago, a year and a half, 26 years old. That means you got a break going on and you slide into the danger zone. This is,
Uh-oh.
yeah, you need to be, your hair needs to start being on fire right about
Okay.
now. In my opinion, because it's like, well, what are you going to do in order to make sure you facilitate this relationship or this marriage you say you want to have? Because if you're not in a relationship, you're not seeing anybody right now, and you haven't been in a relationship for a year and a half, New York is one of the most difficult places it is to date. And you don't have anything going on right now. At what point do you think you should start paying attention to relationships?
No, I definitely agree. So, I have started online dating. Um, I mean, with COVID, it kind of makes it difficult to meet people. I was hoping maybe you could provide some advice on um, creative ways to meet people in this pandemic. It's been a bit hard, but I definitely agree that my hair should be on fire.
Well, COVID and online dating is one thing, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
But I was in New York, and I was in New York, and you can get it done. I mean, you ladies just don't. Okay, let me just say this in a nice way.
Okay.
Former caller, no sense of urgency. You, no sense of urgency. At what point are you ladies going to start getting a sense of urgency and stop with the excuses? COVID. I've seen somebody in New York since COVID.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
because you ladies think you have all the time in the world. How about this? Let me give you an example. How about this? What if you all of a sudden you got a diagnosis that you know what you're going to die in 7 years? Actually, you're going to die in 10 years. How would you live your life?
With urgency
Well, damn it, you're going. Well,
and intentionality. So, definitely I will be incorporating that. I have been intentionally online dating, and yeah, I'm really serious about finding someone.
okay, intentionally online dating, but then what else?
I need help, Kevin.
Okay, well you need. Okay, well for me,
Uh-huh.
is that your picture?
Yes.
Cam up. This for me. You're not gonna go on video. I won't put you on. Turn on
What
your
do you want
camera.
me to do?
Turn on your camera.
Oh, you want me to turn on my camera? Okay.
Uh huh. Let's see. No,
Oh,
I won't put. I'm not. I'm not gonna put you on.
you trying to rape me, Mr. Samuels? Is that what you
No, no. I just want to see if this picture is accurate.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do hold on.
Let me ask you to start your video. And if you watch me long enough, I can pretty much rate people with in many different ways. But all right, okay, all right. You can turn your camera back off. I don't need it online. You can turn your cam. You can turn your camera back. You can turn your camera back off.
Yeah. I'm a little scruffy tonight. Sorry, I'm in bed.
Yeah, but you're beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Samuel.
But beauty. But hold on. So what? Beauty means nothing if you don't use it. It's like being rich and not spending your money and not being able to spend or invest your money. Sitting a man with a bunch of resources, he just hoards them, is useless. He's not high value.
Yeah.
A woman with beauty that no one can access is a waste.
Oh, it's
26 years old. Man. I mean, ladies, would you agree? How many people saw her picture and thought she was an attractive woman? Yes, but it means nothing if you don't use it. And you're in New York City where you have access to men of all calibers. Yeah. But you gotta be able to use it, move with a sense of urgency, because as attractive as you are, I would give you a solid 9.
Thank you, Mr. Samuels.
But there's another 9 who just turned 18 just a second ago. Oh, there's another 9. Boom. Oh, there's a 10. She just popped up. There's a 10 who just turned 22. Oh my God, there's a 9 over in LA just popped up. Oh, Jesus Christ. Did you see that 9 who's over in Nigeria? Oh, Jesus Christ. There's another 9 over down in Argentina. Oh, there's another 9. See?
Oh, Mr. Samuels.
I'm just saying they keep popping up.
It's so true. But while we're on the topic of intentional dating, Mr. Samuels, and I
got to get on to somebody else too, but go ahead and wrap this one up.
I did send a request to join the mix.
Did you put in for the prize thing I'm doing?
Oh no, I haven't done that. I guess yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm doing something called the prize and the catch. It's kind of like the Bachelor and the Bachelorette my way. Go to my website and fill in for the prize is the women.
Okay.
The prize is the women.
Yeah. Will you also accept me on the mix as well?
I don't allow people to jump to the front of the line, but I will look now. Let me do something. For people, do you mind if I show you a picture?
Will it be on YouTube permanently?
That's why I'm asking. If you don't want me to, I won't.
Okay, then no. I'm a little reserved.
Okay.
No.
All right, cool. Well, then you wouldn't want to be on the prize, because the prize is kind of like being on the cover of a magazine. Oh. But you'll be put out in front of a lot of eligible men too. So it's no different than being online dating. You know, in six months in the mix, you've heard me talk about these people who've gotten together. So let me get on over here. Let me see if Lisa's ready to go.
Thanks, Mr. Samuels.
But being pretty is only good if you use that shit.
I'm going to be using it, Mr. Samuels. Okay, Godfather.
All right. Good job.
I'm a big fan. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye. Go ahead, Elisa.
Can you hear me now, Kevin?
I can. Let me go ahead.
Oh,
what do you got for me?
How you doing?
I am well.
Actually, I'm just a really big fan. Actually, my husband turned me on to you. He told me about, I just actually heard him in the background laughing and kind of talking to himself. And he told me, I'm listening to Kevin Sam's video. So I started listening, and I will have to say.
But you're married, so you shouldn't be dreading anything.
No, I don't.
Good.
But look, I will tell you this. I have a few single friends, and I've also told them about you. And I don't know if you're on Facebook, but I had wrote you because I actually made a post about women being queens, and you're not a queen if you don't have a king. And like literally so many single women just tried to like tear me apart. And I spent
here's
24 hours.
Here's the thing. I get so much messages I get so many messages. If it ain't attached to money, I don't look at it. I'll just be completely honest. I get inboxes and DMs, and such and so forth.
I
So
understand.
yeah, well, let me get on to the single folks. Congratulations on being married. Stay, don't get a
Okay.
divorce. Throw out the
I
word
won't.
divorce. They suck. Divorces suck.
Okay.
Go ahead and drop out. Who is this, Lauren? Are you? If you have a disagreement, put your hand up. If you have a disagreement, put your hand up so I can know. Raise your hand in the chat room, in the chat box, if you have a disagreement. I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself.
Hey,
Hello, how are you?
can you hear me?
I can. What do you got for me?
All right. So I wanted to answer the
Are
question
you a
on
part of the Walking Dread?
maybe.
How old are you?
I'm 29. I will be 30 in 2 months.
Okay.
Yes. I wanted to answer that question. I think The Walking Dead or The Walking Dread, it's a lot of women think they're special, and then the world shows them that they're not.
Okay.
I can talk from personal experience that I always thought I was special, and then I saw that I'm not.
Well, you are to your parents and your family, but you're just a person.
Yes, that is right.
I mean, but you're 29. Do you want to be married one day?
Yes, I do.
Do you want children?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So at what point in life do you think you should start moving with a sense of urgency? Since you're smacking the
Danger zone.
Now?
Now, yes.
Yeah, how about you should have been doing this like 10 years ago?
Well, I wasn't sure about it 10 years ago.
All right, so what are you doing now? What are you doing at 29 years old? Because let me let you in on a secret. The wall happens at 30.
Yes.
And at age 35, that's running face flat into the wall. 35 is where high risk pregnancy starts.
That's
So
what
I
I'm
ask these
scared of.
questions. What's your longest relationship?
Almost like 2.5 years.
How long ago was that?
About 4 years ago.
Oh, Jesus. Why haven't you had a relationship in 4 years?
I've had relationships in 4 years.
Okay.
One
Relationships or situationships?
relationships, exclusive, serious, one living together.
Why didn't y'all get married?
Well, that lasted about 4 months, and
Whoa, hold on. You moved in with somebody inside of 4 months?
yes, it was like 5 months.
Four-year relationship that ended in the marriage. Moved in with somebody for 5 months. Okay, this is getting kind of chaotic, man. And see, I've said it the other day. Look at your relationship history like a job history.
Yeah.
And you guys got to start dating with purpose. And the first thing you got to do is stop dating chaotically.
I'm still trying to learn that.
Well, unfortunately, at 29, you have to start moving with a fierce sense of urgency because you're almost 30.
Yeah.
And you don't have time to waste. I don't know how else to say that, but you guys don't have time to waste. You just don't. So, all right, let me go ahead and get to the next person. I don't get it. I think you ladies are just far too casual and informal in how you're moving as far as relationships. And then when you decide you want to, oh, now I want to get married. Now I want kids. It's like, okay, well, no. Because everything that you did before counts. Unmute yourself, Bria. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay, what do you got for me? Are you part of the Walking Dread?
I don't think so. I'm in a relationship that I've been in for 5 years, so I don't think so, but I'm not engaged yet.
What do you mean yet?
Yet, as far as I know it's going to happen, I'm just basically waiting.
How do you know it's going to happen?
Well, for one, the person that I'm with, like I said, I've been with him for 5 years. We have a
Okay.
child together, so
Okay.
it's not
No, no,
it's
no, no,
not
no.
a
What I'm asking is, how do you know an engagement is going to happen?
this was discussed as far as him telling me. Like, this isn't anything that
Okay. And when did you? And
I'm
when did he tell you this?
year one.
He's not going to marry you, and you know it.
I don't agree.
Okay.
The reason why I don't
No, no,
agree is
ma'am. No, ma'am. Listen. I'll let you tell your story. 5 years. You've already had a baby, and you're telling me he told you in year one he was going to marry you. But there have been 5 year ones, and a person has come out of you. He's not marrying you.
well, it'd
You
be different if all those 5 years were the best 5 years
no, I don't care,
that
man.
we've had.
I asked you, how do you know it's going to happen? And you said because it's been discussed. I said when? You said year one. In the chat room, ladies, how many women think this man is going to propose to her? Ladies only. So she disagrees with me. I'm sorry, ma'am. But a man wants to marry a woman, he damn sure puts a ring on it, and he does it before you have the baby. There's no reason to marry you. You already had the baby, and you've proven that you'll stick around just on a conversation about an engagement for 5 years. Say I'm wrong. You prove you'll stay around for 5 years just on a conversation about an engagement.
No, like I said, it's deeper than just
It
the
always is. There's always details, man. But the net of it is, why do you believe he's going to marry you now and he ain't married you yet?
well, for one, like I said, I don't think that someone would waste their time for
Okay.
5 years and have
Sure
a
they would.
baby
Sure they would.
and
Let me tell you why they would. Let me tell you why they would. Let me tell you why they would. Since you want to ride this log ride, let's tell you why he would. As long as he can string you along, he's not paying child support. As long as he can string you along, he can still hit it from the back.
why would he be paying child support if he's
Oh, because when he breaks up with you, you're gonna go
what
down
would
to
be
the,
my
because when
thing is
you listen, you want to know? I'll tell you. Because when you finally accept the fact that he ain't gonna marry you, and you break up with him, you gonna run on down to child protect. You're gonna run on down to DHS and put him on paper.
no,
He
I
know
wouldn't
that.
do that.
I know. Okay, well, that's why. But you asked why would somebody stay? Because he's not paying. Man, I don't wish. Here's the thing. I don't wish you any particular bad, but man, we've heard these stories for too many. You ladies all think you're special,
No,
dude.
I think that
Why hasn't
if
he married you yet?
because of my attitude, my
But he put a baby in you.
well, of course, I don't think I started with the attitude. I don't think I started with
But you're
my
still
bad
together. But you're
attitude.
still together. Yes or no?
Yeah, we are still together.
Right. How much did it cost to file for? How much does a marriage certificate cost? How much is marriage license?
I'm not sure.
Less than $100.
Well, my thing is, I guess I put so many stipulations on how I want to get married
Mm-hmm.
that
Okay.
it.
And
Well,
how's it?
I'm
How
just
do how
trying
do
to
you how do you want to
explain.
be get how do you want to get married?
Well, first, I wanted to. We he took me to get a ring, my finger size. On top of that, like I said, I told him how I want to go about moving to the next level. I want to make sure I'm in a house. We already have a child. We're in an apartment. I want to be in a house. I want to have certain things in place before we just
such as.
a home.
Hmm.
He feels like he's
Let
under
me ask
pressure.
you now. Hold on. Now you how old again?
I'm 28.
Now, why do you think? Or why are you trying to do all this stuff now after you've had a baby? You've already done the most critical thing a woman can do for a man. And you're telling me that, well, before we do something as serious as marriage,
Yeah, I have to have a home. We have to.
Oh, shit. She said it. No, you've already done the most serious thing you can do. What the French toast are you talking
Well, I
about?
can't turn back now. I can't
But
go back.
and that's the point. That
So-
she's not getting it. She's not getting it.
What is there not? What am I not getting? What do you think I don't
You're
get?
not. I'm thinking you honestly don't get that what you're talking about matters not. You already have the baby. You already are a family. You just need to go formalize it and move on down the path. If he was going to marry you, he would have married you. All this stuff you're putting on top of it is just another one of these illusions to make you feel better. It's how about this? It's feeling some sort of emotional need, but I think you know and he knows that y'all aren't gonna go the distance. But if you can say it's because of a house or because of this or that, then that gives you plausible deniability. Ma'am, if he was gonna marry you, he'd have married you 5 years ago. Took you to get your ring size. How much do you need? It doesn't cost anything to go get married. All this home and everything else, you already got the kid.
Well, like I said, I think of course, you are going to side from the man's point of view. So
I'm aside from what makes sense.
Being honest with myself, I know that I've made it difficult for it to be taken to the next level. I can honestly say that.
I didn't say you didn't, ma'am, but I would say if a man wants to marry you, he's gonna marry you. But see, I'm using this as a kind of a teaching lesson because so many women really truly believe they control when marriage happens. This woman truly believes she's in charge of this process. And nothing I say is going to change her mind. She truly believes this. The only thing she controls is access to her body and who makes a baby. She doesn't control whether or not a marriage happens. Who thinks that if this man actually came up and dropped to a ring, who proposed to her and said, let's go get married at the Justice of the Peace next weekend, if she would say no. If you want to be with him, you marry him. They already got a baby.
I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. I'm basically
I understand that you are deluded. I get what you're saying, man. Yeah, you are. Yep, you really are. Because you honestly think that, first off, you think a home and all this other stuff is going to make you any more secure. It's just the thing. What I'm saying is, it's just the thing, ma'am. It's just the thing.
I understand that. So with me putting so many stipulations on how I want to go about the next step,
right,
has made the situation uncomfortable. Made him feel like he's pressured to work harder.
Right. But here's the thing, ma'am. Those stipulations are there for what? To make it easier to marry you?
No. What? It makes it easier for us to continue to have a family.
No, man. See, listen to what I just said. Listen to what I just said, audience. She puts stipulations in place that she knows, that she says it's making it harder for her to get married. Why would a woman that wants to marry a man make it harder for him to marry her, especially after they have a child?
Well, the reason why I'm bringing it up is not because that's how I want to go about it.
Ma'am, congratulations, ma'am. I get it. And ma'am, I'll be dead honest with you. This is going to end poorly.
Can I? Okay.
Because you have a child. And ma'am, I got to tell you, you sound either deluded or selfish because you already have a baby. You already have a kid. And if you're going to do something, you and the father need to formalize your situation to keep it moving. But you're so worried about what a house means to you.
Yeah,
Man,
and that's why I
but
brought it
what it
up.
means to you is it means shit. It's just a house. It's a mortgage note. It's not like he's going to buy you a house. You still gonna have to pay for it.
Well, the
So,
point is you
all right, I'll get on down to the next. This is a waste of time. Waste of time. Woo! The Walking Dread. That I am so sorry for you, my friend. I am sorry. I'm sorry that that's your child's mother because you are not going to be able to make this woman happy. And when she finally wraps her mind around the fact that she's not in control of any of this, and that she chose a man who is what he is, you are going to be up under courts, up under paperwork. She is going to make your life hell. Absolute hell. For stupid reasons. I need a house. We need to buy a house. That's a mortgage. You don't own the house. You won't own the house for 30 more years. It's symbolism over substance. But when you're talking to a woman like that, who really thinks she knows what she's talking about, shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right, she is going to make it make sense. But that's for those at home who are keeping score. Been together 5 years. She's already crapped out a kid. And in year 1, they talked about marriage. There's no marriage happening here. Ay, Dios mío, my God. I'm going to make it work. I'm going to make him buy me a house. Without a house, you don't get a wife. But I will continue to make a baby. I will continue to make babies, though. Unmute yourself, please. Hello. Tamara going once. Tamara going twice. Tamara back on mute. Jade, unmute yourself. Hello.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I am 26.
26. Are you a part of the Walking Dread?
I hope not.
Well, what do you got for me?
Well, I really just wanted to thank you because I've been listening to you for a while, and I feel like I really learned a lot about a man's perspective that I really didn't understand before.
Hmm. Well,
My
go
my
ahead.
parents were married, but my father passed away when I was in ninth grade. So
Mm-hmm. Okay. Appreciate it. Now, here's the thing. If you have a disagreement, if you have a disagreement in the chat room in the comment section, let me know. Because here's the thing. I think a lot of modern women really they believe all this stuff. Destiny, go ahead and unmute yourself. I think a lot of women believe this stuff is going to happen to other women, not them. It's not going to happen to me. That's for other people. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. What do you got for me?
So I wanted to talk about the topic that you were discussing today. And I just kind of wanted to see if I was kind of doing the right thing so I won't kind of be a part of the Walking Dead. And
I call it the Walking Dread, not
oh,
Walking Dead. Dread.
sorry,
No problem.
Walking Dread. So I am 25.
Mm-hmm.
I have no kids, and things like that as well too. So as far as some of the things that you were talking about, I think I'm pretty straightforward there. Um, I actually did went and purchased wife school. I did my research and I kind of wanted to kind of make the investment there because I know one thing you do preach is a lot of women say they want the things that they want, but they don't take the investment to actually do those things. So I definitely wanted to do that because I want to actually know
No,
all the ins and
we
outs.
got to kind of simplify it though.
Okay. Yeah, so I've basically been doing that. I already been to therapy and stuff like that. So what other things would you say for us to do so we can make sure that we are on the right path and we're listening? Because I think a lot of women do. I mean, Kevin, you are helping us out a lot and we appreciate it and we really want to know. And I've been taking those investments. So what else can you assist us with or you think would be great for us to do?
Well, what city or state are you in?
I just moved to Raleigh, North Carolina.
Ooh,
I don't
ooh.
mind traveling.
Yeah, traveling makes long distance. Okay, I mean, geography. Geography matters, ladies. You want to marry a successful black man?
Yes, I do.
How many people in Raleigh?
Well, Raleigh is a up and coming state. I don't really know as far as the particular population, but it is a very up and coming state, and that's why I
Up and
did
coming
move.
is fine. Up and coming, but the population of Raleigh is what?
I'm not sure, Kevin. I don't want to lie to you about the statistics.
Let me go ahead and look up Raleigh, North Carolina population. Raleigh, North Carolina has 464,000 people. So roughly about the size of Tulsa. Not a major, I mean it's not it's like a legitimate second city, about the size of Memphis. But if you just did this, ladies, you need to do the stats on the city you live in because if half the Raleigh is men and half are women, then you got to adjust for population of black. Then you got to factor in the kind of money or lifestyle you want a guy to make, and then there's just a lot. There's not a lot of successful black men. That's just what it comes down to. Black men are really congregated in 10 cities. So what I heard you saying, I've got this information, I got that information, I got this, I got that, I got this, I got that. But what you don't have is you don't have a lot of fish.
Got it.
You don't have a lot of fish, you don't have a lot of pond. And if you're buying all these wife schools, you need to buy some sessions with me because I'm the one that I'm seriously. Because seriously, you ladies, it's like, where's the man? The man had the man. Where are the men that you can go sit in front of at the bar? Because if being from Oklahoma, I will tell you, $50,000 a year is a good living. A good living. And that's a lot of money. Now, when I said that, I didn't hear you say, yay. I'm sorry, but how many kids do you want to have?
Um, really, my goal, if my husband wants to have more, I'm down for it because I love kids.
Uh-huh.
But my ideal is to now, Kevin, I have been, like I said, I have been still
The
dating with the
median income
co-work.
in Raleigh is $65,000, and that's because of aren't you close to the College Triangle?
Yeah. So yeah, because Raleigh, you
Right.
have Raleigh, Durham, Greensboro, Charlotte.
Right.
So most people travel to those areas very
Right.
frequently.
But how many kids?
Just two. Two would be ideal.
Mm-hmm. And do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant?
No.
Of course. So you're still talking about a man making around that $250,000 to $300,000 range when this median income is $65,000. You just can't get around the math. The
Yeah.
kind of men that can make the kind of money to provide the kind of lifestyle you want. If they're in Raleigh, they're older and they're probably already married.
Yeah, but I date older men already, and I have been on dates with older men. I actually prefer older.
Well,
Um,
I'm just saying dating is, but see, this is where,
well, yes, but I'm dating with a purpose, because when I am going on dates, I am only going on dates with men that are marriage minded.
well, great, I get it, but there will come a point in time where the kind of income and lifestyle you're talking about is a very finite pool in Raleigh. After you've dated them, what then what? There's just not enough men.
Yeah.
I just can't make. I can't make man. I can't make 2 + 2 = 8. It is what it is. So I don't know. Why'd you move to Raleigh?
I was in Massachusetts. I
What
moved
part?
here because I was in Braintree, so I was really close to Boston.
So you left the college. You left the educational center of the world and a NFL and an NBA city in Boston.
I it I didn't feel like it was a lot of, well, at least I just didn't know probably where to find them at the time, because
I
I
guarantee
wasn't,
you, there's more shit in Boston than Raleigh.
well, yes,
I've
there
already done
is
these
more
numbers on
stuff.
Boston. I've already done the numbers on Boston. I know
But
plenty,
I
and
just,
I know many brothers in Boston too.
yeah, and that's the thing. You know probably where these men are, but
Well, I get
me,
paid, but I get paid to know that kind of stuff.
yeah,
That's the
that's
thing.
true.
The knowledge isn't free. You got to pay for it. That's the thing. But the thing is, if someone would have said, "Hey, if I had to say, if I'm a 20 some odd year old woman and I know I want to be married and have a certain kind of lifestyle to it, do I think I'm gonna have a better chance of finding a man who's earning that kind of money in Raleigh or Boston? Tell me the TV shows and movies set in Raleigh versus Boston. Boston, come on, man. You know the Red Sox, the Celtics. You got everything in Boston. You got all the colleges. Come on, come on.
No, I still go up there.
Well,
It's
you don't
not
live
like
there. I
I,
don't care. You go, you don't live, and that's the thing, ladies. Where you live is where you're gonna find your man, unless you decide to get online or pay a matchmaker. Stop moving to these little towns, man. Raleigh, and no disrespect to people in Raleigh, but y'all know what it means. These are places that'd be good to be happily and successfully married. It's not a singles paradise.
yes.
So you better get your ass out of Raleigh.
Yes, sir, I will.
You don't have to. You
No, I
know, you
want
don't
what I
have to.
want.
But next thing you know, you mess around and be 300 pounds. Hey, peace out. Raleigh up in this piece. I'm coming right back. I will say this, and again, I'm from Oklahoma. Where Oklahoma is a great place to be happily and successfully married. The cost of living is low. The life is great. It's a great place to be in relationships. But it is not, not a target rich environment. Come on, ladies. New York City, Chicago, LA, San Francisco, Oakland, Dallas, Houston, to a lesser degree, Miami, Atlanta. There needs to be, if there's an international airport there, if there's an NBA franchise, an NFL franchise, an MLB franchise, and an international airport, son, that's where you need to be. All right, Galaxy, your phone's not connected. So your audio's not connected, even though your video is. What's this, Lorena?
Hello.
Kiwi.
Yes. How did you know?
Come on, you got pink and green on your thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm an AKA
Happy
hunter.
Founders Day to us.
Happy Founders Day. Besides, I'm an AKA hunter.
Yeah,
Like
my mother's
95% of the women I've been with, my girlfriends have been AKAs. It's like I find y'all. So what's going on, Kiwi?
perfect choice. Well,
Pretty boys like pretty girls, and pretty girls wear 20 pearls.
exactly. I mean, I have nothing really to disagree with, except I will say one thing is that I think most of the people that call in, they do agree with you. A lot of women, they do agree with your standpoints. I'm happily married. My husband, he's the one that found your channel and decided to tell me about it, and I've been listening, and it's very interesting. So that's all I have to say.
All right, then enjoy.
Thanks.
Go make some AKA babies.
Okay, I have two. So
All right, then. Girls?
All right. Yep, 2 girls, and we're done.
Well, they know they're going to get that legacy action. All right, then. Bye-bye.
Bye.
The force is strong within you. All right, Tiff, you're next. Tiffany, unmute yourself.
Hi,
Hello?
sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes. How old are you?
Hi, I'm 26.
All right. Are you part of the walking dread?
So I would hope to say no.
Uh-oh.
I would hope to say no.
How many kids you got?
I don't have any children.
Thank God. Go ahead.
Okay. I guess I want to say that I really only just disagree with the title of this show. I would say that modern women aren't in general the walking dread. And
Oh, really? How long you been watching my show?
I've been watching for a few months now, and it's horrifying some of the women that have called in who kind of maybe prove that point. But I think that it might also be the area that I live in. I live in the Washington, D.C. area. So most of the women around me are very hardworking, loyal, intelligent women and wouldn't say a lot of the things that some of the women who call in say. But
Right. I know plenty of women in the D.C. area. But ma'am, dreading their lives.
Dreading their lives.
Yeah. So I got to ask you, and no offense, but you don't seem like that you date women.
It doesn't seem like I date what?
You don't. Do you date women?
No.
All right. So I think it would be more reasonable that a man and the men that date women would be better representation to tell you what women they run across are.
Okay, that's fair.
Ma'am, I don't come up with PhD and buy a dog and all this other kind of stuff because I don't have an active dating life. Because my clients and my colleagues and my friends, I'm talking about the women I know. Ma'am, did you see what I said? Work, eat, home, sleep, repeat.
Right. And
And you've been doing it. And when did you go to college?
yes, I did.
When did you graduate? What age?
22.
22. So you've been out 4 years.
Yes.
Holler at me in 10. Holler at me in 10 when you've been doing this for 15 years.
Well, I guess that's the reason I disagree is because just from my own personal perspective, I don't know any women who only work, sleep, eat, and repeat. I don't know if I said that.
Well, what about, do you know many women that are married?
I have 2 close friends who are
many.
Right
I said many.
Many, no.
All right. Are the majority of your female friends and colleagues married?
Not the majority, no.
Okay. That means they're unmarried, which means that means their work, home, eat, sleep, repeat. They're not married. They have no family. They're just out here like worker bees.
So would you say that you have to be married to?
No, what I would say is that who are the females of the species or the males of the species the more social?
Most social, probably men.
No. Females definitely. Men don't go to the bathroom together. Y'all don't. We'll do stuff by ourselves. Y'all go to the bathroom together. Y'all hang out together. Y'all dance together.
Right.
Women need the group.
Right.
And a lone woman without family, husband, is going to need to either have females around her because she can't be isolated by herself, not for long periods of time.
Right. Okay.
So what I'm saying is keep living, young lady. You're just now getting out into it. You haven't even been out 5 years. But
Okay.
you will listen to women who are accomplished, educated, professional, attractive, single as French toast. And that's abnormal to what we used to have. Case in point, if you would like to get married, by what age would you like to be married?
I would say probably 30 at this point because I'm turning 27 next month. So that seems like the most realistic number right now.
Now, the funny thing is, when I was in college, I said something. I noticed that freshman and sophomore year, Becky, Anna, Phyllis, Phoebe, they were all sorority girls, getting drunk, doing whatever. But junior, senior year, they were squaring up, getting husbands. So they were getting married between 21 and 23, getting married out of college, having all their children before they turned 26, 27, 28.
That's very true. I completely agree.
All right, but look at the average sister. Y'all are looking to get married post 30.
Mm-hmm.
That means you're almost 7 to 10 years behind.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, the ones that do get married later. And ultimately, women rank happiness in relationships. And many women today's relationships are poor. They don't have long relationships with a man or a husband. And the ones that don't have children, it's either girlfriends or dogs. Well, everybody else, I played, if you watched the broadcast I did on Monday, and I showed something from the Grapevine video, and the sister up there said, I noticed when I look around, all my non-Black colleagues are married with kids, because that's what makes women happiest.
But would you say, just to comment on the age thing, wouldn't you say that getting married older, you might have a better chance of the marriage surviving versus getting married younger? You wouldn't say that?
Not necessarily, no. I know there are people who will say that the numbers are people get married. See, I'm not talking about young marriage. I'm talking about earlier marriage. But the older you are, the more damage and more stuff you have on you, the more relationships you had. Honestly, for women, you've had, let's be honest, it's not like you're going to just be out here dating and you're going to be out here celibate. You're having sex. Mm-hmm. You're running up your body count. That means the ability to pair bond with a man is lower. Biology is what it is, man. And there's the thing, and we get into the science of all this, but look, there's a reason why civilizations over time have wanted people to get married earlier, because that's when all the magic in life is still left. There's no magic in getting married at 30 plus. That's like trying to say, is Christmas the same as it used to be when you were 6? No.
I don't think 30 is that old, though.
Of course you don't. You're Black. Of course not. I mean, most sisters don't. Okay. But 30. But you don't think 30 is that old? How many children would you like to have?
I think 2 is okay.
2? Just 2, huh?
Just 2, yes.
It's a small family.
Yeah, I only had one sibling myself, and
right.
I have a whole bunch of cousins, so I didn't really necessarily miss that sibling aspect.
But the thing is, thank you. You wanted more siblings, but you had cousins. See, the thing is, we're waiting longer to get married and having smaller families. How's that helping? Well, we should be getting married earlier and having larger families.
I would agree that maybe having a larger family is more helpful, but I would much rather spend more time in just like making sure that my two are good versus having three and four. And then I have to worry about feeding three and four kids. There's just disadvantages to having such large families if you're not pulling in, a large salary necessarily.
Okay. This is what the difference between the modern woman and women who came before. Modern women's concerns are just much more selfish. Much more selfish.
But wouldn't that be selfless to not have
No,
children if you
no,
can
no,
give them?
no. What would be selfless is to not need to go buy Birkin bags and go shopping and go out all the time, clip coupons and have more kids. But see, the thing is, we still want to try to have middle class lifestyles where you drive a BMW, your husband's driving a Mercedes, and have less kids. Because far too many modern women still want to have a middle class lifestyle while being a stay at home mom. That's selfish.
Okay.
I mean, a nation is built upon a family, and we need families. We don't need families of two. We need families of multiples. But if the women don't even want to have more than most women don't want to have kids, and let's be honest, you're talking about money, but there's also women out here who don't want to have kids because they're like, "Ooh, look what it's going to do to my body and this and that." It's selfish.
Well, that's true. And I would say
Yeah,
that women are definitely selfish.
there you go.
But I just personally want to be able to give my children, way better than I ever had. And so I just think that
Were
would
your
be,
mom and dad married?
yes. Yes, my mom and dad, they were married for 30 years, but going through
Well,
a divorce, that's another story.
well, we're better than you had. Sound like you wanted more siblings. And see, the thing is, we want to give. What are we giving kids? Material stuff. Yeah, we have lost so much. That's why I said at the beginning, 75 years ago, men and women said almost 90% of men and over 80% of women said 75 years ago women were happier. We had far less. The women that did work were cleaning white folks' houses. The men that did work were working at the factory or the plant or the field somewhere. We were not all college educated. We were not all in Tom Ford suits. We had less, but we had more because we had families and communities and culture and everything else and family reunions. And we have put our values in so much stuff that's really pointless. So we have forgotten.
And I would agree. And I'm not.
I got to get on to the next person. So go ahead and finish this up.
Okay. Just I would say that when I say better than me, I wouldn't necessarily speak just on materialism, just emotional support and other.
You don't, but you don't emotional support, man. You're not a kid's friend. You're the mother. See, I know what you're saying, but this is this new wave parenting shit. Emotional support. You have five. You have four kids. You're the mom and the dad. It's 2 on 4. The emotional support is the neighborhood, the extended family, not this helicopter parenting trying to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Your heart's in the right place. It's just we're just modern, and modern honestly, it's not working too well.
Okay, well,
I'm just saying that the results are showing themselves. If we were better 75 years ago, we got to look at what was going on 75 years ago. Thanks. Oh no, hello. She's back. Larissa. I'm not gonna let hello.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
Hey, what do you got for me?
First, I actually just want to thank you for having this platform.
Have you called him before?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so my brother-in-law introduced me to your show, and originally, I'm so used to hearing the opposite opinion, like women are the prize. And now that I hear your perspective, I kind of see how that's actually damaging. And it's actually caused me to kind of be more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not to take too long to actually find a partner, because before I was focusing more on my education, but now after
yeah. How old are you?
I'm 24.
Yeah. Wait until 30. You have the conversation I was just having.
Yeah.
And there's a choice. If you want a man with this resource rich, he's gonna be older. That means there's gonna be an age gap. If you want a man that's closer to your age, that means you're gonna have to build up. You're gonna have to build with somebody. And these are paths that women aren't being told. They're being told they can have it all, and you can't. You can't have a young guy that has a bunch of resources, not legally, not statistically, and waiting just makes more competition, because the longer you wait, the bigger the pool gets for those guys. Oh, okay, we got somebody that put their hands up. Appreciate you calling in, Ma.
Yeah, I have two questions actually.
Go ahead.
Okay, so my first question is, this is not verbatim of before what you said, but you kind of mentioned that nurses are red flags. Like, that's kind of what I got from it, from your past. I just want to know why, because I'm a nursing student.
Well, one, because they work so much, crazy hours. Number one. Number two, the personalities that tend to go into these professions. A lot of the traditional kind of guys tend to find them problematic. I didn't just go out looking to find this. This is just what the data shows. Guys tend to avoid doctors, attorneys, psychology, psych chicks, artists, hairstylists, actors, actresses, massage techs, and nurses. Another thing, when you start talking about that CNA kind of thing, there tends to be enough money being made, closer proximity to academia, doctors, such and so forth. Overall, from what I've heard, many women in these professions tend to have an inflated sense of self. And it just makes it more difficult to have a traditional kind of normal relationship. There's a lot of back and forth, and guys just don't really want all that back and forth. So, all right. I got to get to these other questions. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't make the rules, ladies. Don't get mad at me. I didn't make the rules. They're like, what do you mean they don't like nurses? You can dress up like a nurse, but you're gonna come in and talk about I'm a nurse. Oh, look at all the nurses raise their hand. They got mad. Okay, go ahead, Miss Lady. Unmute yourself. Go a little bit longer than that. Hello?
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
I am well. What's the disagreement?
It's more so a counter question to the topic tonight.
Okay, counter question?
Or just a question, rather. I do agree that, women probably were happier, how many ever years ago you said. But my question is, do you think in general, men were happier as well, and life was just more simple back then compared to, I guess, all the things we feel we need to keep?
Men are pretty much who we were. Men pretty much are who we were.
Level of happiness?
Men are pretty simple.
Okay.
Men are pretty simple. The issue is that women have become more demanding and bringing less to the table.
Oh, and bringing less to the table. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And I understand that of some of your past videos, like you always go back to the PhD or whatever. We tend to think. Let
me ask you. What are your how many recipes are in your recipe book?
I would say I got a solid 7.
A whole 7 recipes.
We're not saying that's the only thing I can cook, but certain things that I'm perfected, I actually have recipes written down.
Okay. So, for a family of 3 and a husband, what would you be cooking nightly?
Nightly? the way I fix my diet, I try to stay healthier, like a 5-2 method. 5 days a week, I try to be healthy. On a weekend, I have a little more fun. So I would, broccoli, rice, maybe some baked or grilled chicken.
Mm-hmm.
One night, I guess another night can be, if maybe I'm a little late, maybe we'll throw some Hamburger Help in there.
Nope. That's bullshit. See what I mean? Bullshit. Hamburger freaking Helper for a family of 3. Oh my God. This is what I mean.
I'm
Hold on,
assuming
listen. No, listen. This is what I mean. See, there was a time where women, I wish you would have brought Hamburger Helper into my grandmother's home or my great grandmother's home or the women that raised me. They would, you couldn't have brought that crap in their house. They took pride in cooking things. They made pasta from scratch.
Right.
They cared about what went into their children's mouth, even with having less. That's what I'm saying. Modern women, 7 recipes, and you realize that that's probably 7 more than most women. But when it gets right down to it, my average woman can't cook. I'm 51 years old, and I would tell you I'm an incredible cook because I learned from women who could cook. And my entire life, I have dated 2 women that could cook.
You said 2?
2.
1, 2?
1, 2. And neither one of them were my wives. Horrible cooks. Can't cook. So men have always been the same. A man who marries you gets 7 recipes. Wow, that makes me want to go out and build Wakanda. I got 7 recipes, and I'm supposed to do it on Hamburger freaking Helper.
I will say, I assumed in this scenario I was working. Now, if I'm a stay-at-home wife, now it'll be much different.
I'm sorry. Go back to your great grandma. Your grandma and great grandma, the people who was domestics who went and cooked for white folks and then came home and cooked for their family. I'm sorry, that don't work.
I give you that. You are.
Modern women are fucking lazy. Y'all are lazy compared to the women that came before you and the women y'all was talking about who did. Y'all are lazy. Lazy. You know why I said that, lazy? And ladies, before you start hating in the comments, you don't even want to do your own hair. Oh shit. You don't even want to do your own hair. That's why you slap somebody else's hair on your head, put a wig on, and you sew somebody else's hair in there. You're too lazy to do your own hair. So you damn sure ain't gonna make no bread from scratch. Baking? Are you kidding me? Hold on. The average modern woman thinks the extent of what she's supposed to do is in the bedroom. And honestly, you don't even do that well.
Can I make a point on the lazy comment you just said?
Go ahead.
So something was revealed to me earlier. A lot of women, so I grew up in the church. I know you say you have too. They go back to the Proverbs 31. I've seen it on license plates and all that. So I recently reread that chapter and I'm like, my God, like when you break it down, this woman is working nonstop. And I'm talking, I mean, she's doing everything, making clothes by hand, buying real estate, up early, cooking for the house. And, I'm agreeing with what you're saying. When I compare myself to my grandmothers, yeah, they probably would call me lazy.
Well, hold on. No, how tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
Dress size.
And a half.
Dress size.
8.
Okay. I had a woman on here who is a very busy professional. She was 5'2", 286 pounds. You can't get that size without being lazy. 80% of black women are overweight. 80% of that number are obese. You can't get to be that size without taking in more calories than you burn. Lazy.
You're right. Listen, you give it to us real, whether they like it or not. You give it to us real. I appreciate you for that, Kevin.
Get them recipes up. Get the recipes up, lightweight numbers. Tiana, go ahead. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, first name.
Tiana.
Hi, what's the disagreement?
It's not really a disagreement. It's just I want to add something to the conversation.
How old are you?
Because I'm 46. I'm almost there with you.
Go ahead.
I just want to say that, as far as, you giving the women advice, that's great. I love it. But at the same time, I think that this is a double.
It's predictable. Hello. How are you?
Hello. Hi.
Hi. What's the disagreement?
I don't have a disagreement. I kind of have a question.
Okay, let me get right back to you. This is for disagreements with your hands up. Why I muted you, ma'am, is take that shit somewhere else. I'm tired of women in my generation wanting balance. You weren't asking for balance when it was Waiting to Exhale. You weren't asking for balance when it was Color Purple. You weren't asking for balance with Sally Jesse Raphael, Donahue, Oprah, Rolanda, Wanda, and all these other daytime talk shows. You weren't asking for balance with any of this shit. Then you gonna come up to one man's program who ain't been talking to women but for 6 months and want balance? Get the French toast out of here. Balance these nuts. Tired of that stupidity. Hello?
Hello.
How are you?
Hi, Kevin. This is Bree. I'm actually British.
How are you, British Bree?
I'm good. I just
What's the disagreement? What's the disagreement?
I actually have a question about what you're talking about, because I feel that, yes, I do agree with everything that you've said, but I also feel these women that are walking dread actually cause a lot of hell at workplace. They look down on other women who prioritize their family, other single women who want to settle down. Throughout my career, even though I'm married, I have met women who are very toxic. They are single, a bit older in age, miserable. So I just want to ask, how would you deal with that? Because it is a result of everything that you've discussed in all your videos.
There's a movie on Hulu called Mrs. America.
Yeah.
Phyllis Schlafly and going against the ERA movement. And there are some great quotes by women who were homemakers and wives fighting against women who were liberators or feminists, and the women's lib feminist kind of stuff were looking down on the homemakers. There's some good lines in there, and I saw a lot of this stuff when I was a boy because I grew up during this era.
Yeah.
And yes, women do make women who stay at home. They talk down. They did do that, but here's the thing: it's because they truly kind of envy they're kind of jealous.
Yes.
In my opinion, because
yes.
It's rare that you find a hot, attractive woman who's, just go watch Mrs. America and get some quips. But let me go ahead and get to the next person. Ali, she keeps trying to come back. Elise, unmute yourself. Hi, what you got for me?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Hi, I'm Melissa. I basically just wanted to say that I do believe that the women today are lazy.
Uh-oh. Watch out now.
I think I have my ways of being lazy as well, but I think it all comes in from how you were raised.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe I'm lazy when it comes to serving or being submissive in any way. I think the laziness that a lot of people get from is being not taught correctly at a young age, not being raised to be submissive, to serve, to be a distressor. I think most women are stressors these days more so than a helpmate to their partner.
Yeah, and I think one of the main reasons is because a lot of modern women really believe as if men are supposed to do something from them, and then after they get what they want, they will consider being reciprocal. It's very selfish. And those are the women that end up walking around dreading life because they end up alone inevitably. They may have lots of different casual relationships, but they never have anything that's fulfilling, because a relationship with a person like that is always going to be won or lost. Somebody's winning and somebody's losing. There's a game. It's like in one person's, everybody's trying to one up somebody. You can't really be honest. And there's no peace in that. There's no peace in thinking like that. Hold on. Why are you back here, lady? Bria, we've already talked to you. You're back again. Is that something you want to say? Type it in the chat box, ma'am. Because I've already had my conversation with you. So I'm not sure why you want to get on. We don't have to agree. But what do you want, ma'am? Mr. Tamia, your audio is not connected. Joe, let me get to Crystal. Crystal, go ahead, unmute yourself. Crystal going once. Crystal going twice. Crystal is up out of here. I was accepted back in the chat. Yeah, but what do you want though? What do you want? Yeah, you come back to the chat room, but we've already spoken. I don't know what you want. I don't know what there's nothing else to really say. We don't going to agree. Mimi. Hello.
Hello. Hi, Kevin.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. What do you got for me?
Okay, so I have a question.
Oh,
When you're
hold on just a second.
Okay.
Go ahead.
To be dating someone
Uh,
for a proposal.
For a proposal?
Yeah. Like, what's the amount of time that shouldn't go past without a proposal?
Well, hold on. Well, first of all, two different things. How long is too long to be dating someone without a proposal? One date. You shouldn't be going out with anybody who does not want to be married. Period. Okay. You should get that out clear. Hey, I'm marriage minded, and I only go out with marriage minded men. Meaning men who want to be married inside the next 18 to 24 months or something like that. Figure out whatever it is and get that clear. And if they say, oh, that's me, then you decide to go out with them. And then based upon, I would say I wouldn't be dealing with anybody longer than 6 months. I wouldn't even be dealing with anybody longer than 90 days, honestly.
Without proposing?
Look, it only takes about 6 months. I mean, what do you need to know about somebody to marry them? Let's be honest. What do you really need to know?
I don't know. Well,
you tell me. You tell me. You tell me. Go ahead.
It's been exactly 2 years, and so.
Oh well, Jesus, no, that's over. That's over. Hey, Bria. See, I'm telling. Hey, Bria, I'm telling her too. He ain't marrying you.
But I don't have any kids.
I don't care. He ain't marrying you. Men, look. If you didn't go into this relationship with marriage as an outcome, you ladies decide to be in relationships for a long time and then think you should just automatically go to marriage. If he's not a marriage-minded man,
he's marriage-minded.
Does he want to marry you though?
Yes, that's what he
does. Has he taken you ring shopping?
No.
Right. There you go. No kids ain't taking your ring shopping in 2 years.
30 years old. So
okay, all right. See, here he goes. Bria, notice, let you pay attention. Bria, this is what you were doing. We're both 30 years old. I don't care. What else do you need to, do you want to marry him?
Yes.
Then why isn't he marrying you?
I guess we were waiting until we were both.
Nope, he doesn't want to.
Because we're both in the music industry, so.
Doesn't care. It don't matter.
Okay.
What do you need to know about somebody? You can go run somebody's credit report. You can go pull up their medical history. You can talk to their friends and family. But there's only so much information you can learn about somebody before you have to decide up or down. There is no way to minimize all risk. You're going to have to take a chance.
Okay.
But 2 years, you want to marry him, but he does not sound like he wants to marry you because you have not been ring shopping. And when I ask you if he wanted to marry you, you said no, and you give me excuses. Basically, I'm sorry, ma'am, but this is not likely going to end well.
Okay.
And you said how long should you be dating somebody in the danger zone as if you're dating? You got a relationship. Your real question is, should I leave my boyfriend because he ain't proposed to me?
Yeah, that's the real question, huh?
Well, but see, but again, that ain't what y'all tend to do. Y'all try to slide around instead of just being direct. And this is the real problem. You didn't go into this in a direct fashion, so you can't get upset with the outcome. He didn't dupe you. He didn't deceive you. You had 2 years with him. He had 2 years with you.
You're right. And we live in Los Angeles, so.
Uh-oh. How tall are you?
I'm sorry?
How tall are you?
5'9".
Dress size.
I am a 6.
In Los Angeles, you better get on the mark. You better get on the
Well, that's
ball.
what I'm saying, Kevin. That's why I'm like, what if I should walk away? It's probably
Well, yeah, I say, should you do what?
I said, if it's time to walk away, this is a good time.
She said, should she walk away? Should I walk away? Should I walk away?
Run, bitch! Run!
She walk away.
Run, bitch! Run!
You gotta get the fuck out of there. Oh my God. So Bria, you shouldn't be so upset. I told her the same thing. Y'all think y'all can just make men decide they want to marry you? No. We know whether or not we're gonna propose to you. No. Go ahead, Tamika. Tamia, whatever that is. Tamaya. Go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Hello.
What do you got for me?
So
what's the disagreement?
So I disagree with some of the things that you're saying in reference
How old
to
are you?
modern women and how we're
How old are
lazy.
you? How old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay.
Okay, so that we're lazy, and that one of the points that you made previously saying that men have stayed the same since long ago and women are the one that
The
change.
expectations for men have stayed the same.
Right. But actually us being modern women and actually doing the things that we have accomplished.
What have you done? What have you what have women accomplished?
Being an actual participant in society where we
Name me 5 famous female inventors.
Well, I just want to make my point before we get.
Well, I got to show because I let you say what you have to say. That I said women are lazy. It wasn't just me, ma'am. There were other women that said that too. But
well, we have actually increased the life expectancy for men.
You have not, you didn't answer my question. So you notice how she wants to get up here and just filibuster? You're not going to do that. I let you say what you're going to say, and you're going to answer my questions, and we're going to do it the way I'm going to do it, or I'll go on to the next person. Because I don't do that feminist shit. I just don't. So when I unmute you, you can either do it my way, or I will bid you a happy good night. You on the same page? All right. So I said it wasn't just me who said that modern women are lazy. There were women here who said it as well.
Okay.
Number
I disagree with them.
Okay, that's fine. You are entitled to your own opinion. But as so far, you're in the minority because there are 3 women who said it. In a nutshell, let's talk about what you want, though. Do you want to be married?
Yes.
Do you want children?
Yes.
How many would you like to have?
3.
All right. Are you currently seeing somebody seriously right now?
No.
Okay. When was your last serious relationship?
6 years ago.
All right. So you're 27, right?
Yes.
And you haven't seen anybody in 6 years, seriously. And you want to be married with 3 kids. Ma'am, all the fire and things you're about and all the passion, it would be better spent directing and understanding why you haven't been with somebody
I can
in
tell
that
you.
long. I said understand. Go ahead.
Well, the reason why I haven't been with someone, which actually I wanted to add that to a point that you made in another video.
I don't want to talk about the other
reason,
videos,
well,
ma'am.
the
Stay
reason
on this
why,
topic.
well, the reason why is because of religious reasons. So I only date to get married. So I'm not going to continue just dating.
So are you a Christian?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So are you a virgin?
I don't want to profess.
Well, if this religious, I mean, I'm sorry.
Well, you can conclude, yes.
No, I'm not. No, man. There's nothing to be ashamed of, and it's not anything to shy away from. You put it out there, ma'am. So I'm just asking a question.
Yes.
All right. So do you grow up with your mother and father?
Yes, I still live with them.
Great. Is your father and who's helping you shepherd through these men? Is it your father or your pastor?
Both.
All right. And where are the men that they're putting you in front of for potential arranged marriages?
I find men in the Christian church.
No. That's not your job as a Christian woman.
Okay.
I mean, you're a Christian, right?
Right. However.
Okay, so it's not. No, ma'am. This is pretty clear. If you're gonna date on religious reasons, like you said, you can't pick and choose what parts of the Bible you want to fit your life.
Okay.
See, right now, ma'am, I got to be honest. As a Christian woman, your energy's all wrong when talking to a Christian man.
No, which is why I agree with a lot of the things that you
But
say.
I'm saying, but ultimately, here's the thing. A woman's place on this planet, especially from Christianity, your whole purpose of being is us. We are your reason for being. We are your reason for being. I wish you would try to argue that Eve had a purpose outside of Adam.
Our purpose is
your purpose is us.
Assist
us.
Okay.
The man. See, here comes the Christian feminist, guys. Christian feminism. You can hear it in her voice. Christian feminism. And it doesn't work, baby girl. It doesn't work. What you're doing won't work. That's why you're 27. That's why you're 27 years old. And you can say for religious reasons, but I'm sorry. Christian femininity and feminist doesn't work. I got 4 videos up. Go watch them. I was raised in the church too. This doesn't work. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. And now you're going to tell me, what is a woman's purpose on the planet?
Okay. I think I wanted to add to the point where you say.
No. I asked you a question before you add. You can add, but what? Answer that question. What is a woman's purpose on the planet?
To assist and be a servant to men. Yes. Subservient to men.
So where's
not men? I'm sorry, to our husband. Sorry.
Right. So where is yours?
It's coming.
You're actively being courted.
I mean, why is there no? But
okay, all right, ma'am. But hold on. I asked you, who's shepherding through the courtship process to put you before men for an arranged marriage? You said your father and your pastor. I said, well, where are these men coming from? You said you find them in the church. No, you are to be found, wife. He who findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtain favor with the Lord. Your whole being is, am I a wife? Are you a wife?
No.
All right. That's why you don't have a husband.
But I don't think that makes me any less of a woman or I'm a walking dread.
Well, hold on. What outside of being a helpmate to Adam, what is our charge on this planet?
Well,
no. I asked a direct question. What is our charge on this planet? I'll start you off. You ready? Let me give you a push. To be fruitful and
Well, that is
Starts with the M. No, Christian feminist. Starts with the M. There's no well but. See, you put religion out there, which makes it real easy because you put the parameters out there and you got to stick to them. Or else you look like a hypocrite. Be fruitful and what?
And multiply. However,
Right.
that
How
was
are you
the
going to
first.
multiply? How are you going to multiply without being a wife and being found by a husband?
Okay, that was the first order. We have a
No,
second
I'm not
order,
talking. No, the
which
first.
is
No,
to
no,
preach,
no,
to preach,
ma'am.
and
Are you talking
how
about
the
the Old
kingdom
Testament? Are you
come.
talking about the Old Covenant versus New? I can do this all day, ma'am. Because I used to teach the singles ministry in 3 churches. I can do this all day. You're not equipped for this fight. I just tell you, you're not equipped for this fight. Because at the end of the day, you said it doesn't make you less. Well, honestly, I'm sorry to say, ma'am, if you don't go and be fruitful and multiply and you don't have a husband, I'm sorry, your ultimate purpose was not fulfilled. According to the religion that you said you profess to belong. I didn't make those rules.
Okay, but I
Ma'am,
don't understand.
no, but is that true or false?
Okay, that is true.
All right
However,
then.
I just don't think that calling women lazy.
So, if that's true, you cannot sit back and say it does not make us less or women are. Yes, it does because you're not even walking in your original purpose. You haven't even tried. You don't even know if you can have babies or not. You haven't even tried because you're not a wife yet, so you don't have a husband. So yes, I can say it puts you in the walking dread because you're not doing what you profess to believe in.
Okay.
Y'all gonna learn to stop coming up here trying to play Bible games with me. You're gonna learn to stop trying to play Bible games with me. Christian feminists. Swear to God, some of the most. I don't think it sounds right. Okay. And understand, she ain't had a man in 6 years. 27. Ooh-wee. Thank you. Too argumentative. That's why I said, as a Christian woman, you are all out of place. Look, ladies. The people who tell you what you want to hear tickle your ears and call you queens and divas and don't worry, God gonna work it out, they're not helping you. The people who will tell you, yes, ma'am, you need to focus like your hair is on fire and moving with a sense of urgency are the ones that are helping you, even if the medicine don't taste good. It was the wrong thing to do to tell me to stop talking about die alone because if 1 out of 4 will marry, that means 3 out of 4 will die unmarried, i.e. alone. You can like it or not, but it is what it is. And this is what goes on. All this psychobabble and all these mixed messages. And like I said, yes, young lady, the charge for men hasn't changed. The men are still pretty much who we are. We're still simple. It's modern women who have changed. You have changed the social contract with men. You have changed the expectation. Many of you still want to be treated like traditional wives, but you don't want to fulfill the traditional wife role. You want to be modern when it suits you and then traditional when it suits you. That will not work, especially for the kind and caliber of man that you say you want. That works for the Dusties and Crusties and all these other guys who you don't want, but the men that you want, the men that you want to be Mrs. next to, they got standards, they got requirements, and they will not marry you, will not accept you just because you say they should. You're not going to shame them, guilt them, insult them, make them do anything that they're not going to want to do. And if you're not willing to do it, trust me, there are plenty more women out there who are willing to, because like it or not, as my show has shown, over 6, almost 7 months, nearly 100% of women say they want men in this category. If you're not willing to do it, just get out of the way and make room for the ones who are. And those who aren't, I'm a PhD. Bye, dog. Die alone. That's what that is. Buy a dog and die alone. And women who, I don't like the way you say that. You're telling women something is bad. You're saying something's going to hurt their feelings. Oh, would you rather end up being like Jigsaw over there? I choose to be by myself. Why aren't you married? I choose to be by myself. I don't. I say. Who is this in my chat room? Oh, let me help you out, dude. Oh. Yeah, you don't get to come in my chat room just talking, dude. Not at all. All right. I think it's funny that these guys come in my chat room thinking they're going to start your own channel. Go make your own videos. Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi,
How
my
are
name
you?
is Jade.
Hi, Jade. Where's Melina? Or Katana?
I just had a question.
But where are Melina and Katana? You know where they are?
Oh, I'm I'm at a friend's house right now.
Okay. Well, you're on your way back to Outworld?
I'm sorry.
Never mind. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm 20 years old and I'm in a committed relationship with my boyfriend. And I just wanted to know, is there a certain age that I need to get married? Does it matter at all?
How old is your boyfriend?
How old is he? He's 22. He'll be 23 this year, and I'll be 21 this year.
How long you guys been together?
A little bit over a year now. We met in school.
What does your dad think of him? What does your father think of him?
My dad passed away when I was in 8th grade, so unfortunately, I don't have his opinion.
Okay, what does your uncle think about it?
My uncle has met him and he likes him.
Okay, what man? What man? Let me ask you a question. What man are you under right now since your father passed away? Do you have an uncle, a grandfather?
My grandpa passed away too. Actually, it's more like a family friend, but I really look to my mom for everything. My mom,
but your mother, your mother can't help you here.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have an older brother?
No, I don't.
All right. So the reason I ask is because at your age, you should be really relying upon the men of your family to help you understand this person, because your mother has allowed you to be with this guy for a year and a half. Okay. Well, I'll ask, well, what does your mother think?
My mother likes him. It took her just a minute, but that's just because.
Okay. And did your mother and your father died at when you were what age?
When I was 12, he passed away.
Has your mother remarried?
No, she has not remarried. She's starting dating.
Okay. So your mother may not be the best, but I'm sorry, ma'am. Without enough information, you're young and he's young. And I don't know anything about this young man, and it seems like he's not been vetted by any man. And you asked about marriage and things like this. This is going to be problematic. Are you guys sexually active?
We are. He gave me a promise ring for our 1-year anniversary.
Promise of what? Promise of what?
A promise to marriage. He really wants to marry me, and he's made that aware. He's even asked me what age do I want to get engaged.
No. Men don't do that. Look, man. Okay. That's sweet. That's romantic, but it's not practical.
Okay.
Where's his father?
His father is back in Morocco. He lives in San Francisco,
All
California.
Right. So two kids without fathers. They're young people without fathers. And he's not moving like a man should be moving. I mean, if he wants to marry you, there's no need for a promise ring. It's called an engagement ring.
But I think it's just because we're so young.
I don't know. No. See, this is where you ladies go wrong. When somebody older than you, who's old enough to be your father, tells you what it is, you don't sit around and say no.
Okay.
Telling you what it should be. Not because you're so young, it's because he doesn't know any better. Or because he really doesn't want to marry you. Whatever it is, there's a right and a wrong way to do it. Guys know if he can give you a promise ring, why couldn't he give you an engagement ring? Tell me why he couldn't do that.
Because I told him that I don't want to get engaged right now. Or not until I'm at least in college. So he was doing what made
you're running this. I asked you why he couldn't get an engagement ring. Because a ring is a ring is a ring.
Mm-hmm.
But he gave you a promise ring because you said you didn't want an engagement ring?
Right now. No,
why?
I don't. Because I'm only a junior in college. I at least like to fit.
So
that shouldn't stop me, is what you're saying. It shouldn't matter.
I'm saying if you actually had a man who was a leader, you wouldn't be running this process. He would have had a ring and given it to you, proposed to you. You either said yes or no. If you said yes, you'd have been got married. You said no, you got broke up. But young lady, you're running this relationship. This won't end well. That's why I keep asking about the men. The men, and there are no men. It's a bunch of feminine energy. And telling me that a young man gave you a promise ring because you said you didn't want an engagement ring. No. Mm-mm.
But you still don't think it'll end well?
I'm just saying. I'm saying he does not sound like a man yet. He's young and doesn't know what he wants. You're deciding how the relationship goes. You decide whether or not you have sex and whether or not a baby's born. Men decide whether or not we propose. We decide whether or not relationships happen. You're in charge of all of this. And this is what happens when there are no men around.
It was a collaboration, though. We both
I get it. Okay, you're asking. I'm telling you how it goes, but
thank you.
I'm trying to give you the simplest way, but this is when you're young, you need to rely upon the wisdom and experience of other people. Mm-hmm. Every time I give you a wise or an experienced answer, you want to give me back what you guys are doing, and you're just making up shit. I mean, basically, you were at the prom 2-3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, promise rings. I'm going to give you a promise ring. No. You ever seen a donation? Yeah, that's like I never seen a donation. But that's right. Let's look to see what's going on over there. Oh, I'll shut it down then. Let's see. Haven't seen a donation. Yes, that's right. What's going on here? Oh. I'll tell you what I'll do with this one then. He's right. He haven't seen a donation in a bit. So, yep, people stopped donating. So I'll just take it down. I'll take it down. That's what we'll do. If I want this stream to stay up and keep going. We're going to need at least 11,000 people in there, and I haven't seen a donation in the last. Yep, we're going to need at least 20 people to donate something. If y'all want to keep going, if not, we'll just shut it down. All right. I got all these people in the call queue, and it's Friday night. We can keep going. We're going to actually 25 people. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. 25, because nothing has happened in the last almost 30 minutes. Y'all got to be kidding me. See, that's what happens when you get over here, start working. Look at what folks do. Good advice. So, here we go. What you gonna do? Kiss the ring, hit the donation.
What you gonna do when highlight catch an attitude? Drop to the knees and show gratitude. Kiss my ring, chick.
What's going on, Yvette?
Taking care of business and making that money.
Shout out to the cash out. I think people just forget to get to the calls. You bet.
A good man and you want for nothing, and you want to keep that man. You need to learn how to check that attitude.
Oh yes, we got a smoke show coming up too. We got a smoke show coming up. Devin, what's going on? Come on, Yvette, come through.
Hey, Mr. Samuels.
Hey, how are you? What do you got for me?
Okay, I need some advice.
All right.
I'm a 37-year-old woman.
All right.
2 children.
Okay.
I do not have a problem getting a man. It's just I attract weak men.
Okay.
I am celibate. I've been celibate for 2 years.
What?
I've been celibate for 2 years.
Where'd that come from?
I want to know, is that the reason why?
You 2 people that came out of you. What you talking about? I'm trying to understand what's the philosophy here. You're not a virgin. You got 2 people came out of you. What's going on?
No, you did not.
Oh no, you did not have the nerve to bring vagina out here and close it up at 37 years old with 2 kids out here.
And I'm gonna tell you the reason behind that is because when I do open my legs, the men they get crazy.
What you mean?
Do you want me to be blunt for it? You want me to be blunt?
No, I want you to keep it classy, but you trying to say they get whipped?
Yes.
So the solution is so let me get this right. So you meet a man that's a high value man, a good guy. You think you're gonna be celibate for what? What? Till you married?
Yes.
You got your goddamn mind. I wish I would meet a 37-year-old with 2 kids and think you gonna shit. Separate checks. Separate checks. Check, please. No, listen, man. I'm making light of it because it is crazy. You're almost 40 years old with 2 kids talking about celibate. You need to be trying to give that shit away to secure a man.
No.
Listen,
When I do that,
listen. No. You're talking about, what you said is you attract lower value men.
Not really.
Not the right men, crazy men, whatever. Not good guys.
Weak. Let's put it like that.
Lower value is weak.
Okay.
So when I said if you attracted a higher value man, you think you're going to make him wait until marriage? How do you think that's
sweetheart? I'm gonna tell you like this: my cookies is worth the wait.
Well, first off, check that, sweet. No, your cookies ain't worth the wait because you ain't made nobody wait. You got 2 kids without a marriage.
I was married.
Okay, both times.
They're from the same person.
Okay, you were married. Okay, fine. Your cookies are worth the wait. So are you telling me you only had sex with 1 man?
I mean, no, everybody know. No, I'm 37.
All right, so you were a virgin on your wedding night?
I was not.
All right, so let's get back to the
priorities.
Listen.
Can I not?
Listen,
Go ahead.
no, you're going to okay. You want answers? I'm gonna give you the answer.
Okay.
You are older. Name me the product that gains value with age and use.
A product that gains value with age and use.
Yeah.
I want to say. I want to say your mind, but I may be different. I may be wrong.
No, I said a product. Where can you go buy a mind? A product.
Oh, a product. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna tell me.
Yeah, nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. And let's just talk about your cookies. They're getting older and they've been used.
That don't mean nothing.
You're right. They don't.
Oh, you are ornery.
No, I'm honest. I'm honest, ma'am. Ma'am, what you're saying is I'm going out to the market and I'm going to require the next man to pay more than the other guys. I'm going to require you to marry me before I have sex with you. No, you can get no higher then you're BD.
Wow.
You chose
I
to make. You
disagree.
chose you. Oh, okay.
So you saying a
You
woman
can.
that have
Okay, ma'am. Listen. You can
uh-huh.
disagree, but I don't have 15,000 people over here just because I got lights. You ladies often overvalue yourself, ma'am. You're almost 40. How tall are you? How tall are you?
I didn't hear you.
How tall are you?
About 5'4".
5'4". Dress size.
Dress size, size 10.
How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
180. But as you could tell, I'm heavy chested.
Yes,
Like I'm.
but ma'am, but listen. 5'4", 180. You weigh more than a man.
No, I do not. Just because I weigh more than a man does not mean that.
First off,
you could
first, listen. First off, is it true or not? I said you weigh more than a man. Then you said no, I do not. And then you said just because I do. Which one is it?
I mean, I carry
You
my
weigh
weight
more than a
well.
man. You weigh more than a man at your height.
Because I'm big breasted. That's
No,
why.
ma'am, because you're overweight. I want women who have far bigger. Ma'am, listen. I'm not trying to. No one can see your picture, but see, what I need you to do is turn down the diva energy because it's not helping you.
Now you're trying to say I have diva energy?
Yes.
Oh,
because
wow.
you got this energy like, well, you're mean and you're this and that. I'm like, well, you're the one that called in and said, hey, I'm having problems attracting non-weak men.
Correct.
And I'm listening to what you're saying, and I'm like, well, you attract what you are.
Ooh.
So do I. We all attract what we are. So, ma'am, listen and turn down the diva energy. At 5'4", 180 pounds, you weigh more than a man at your height. The average American male is 5'10" and 168 pounds. 5'4", 180 pounds. Seriously, ma'am, if we weight adjusted you, you will be the size of an offensive or defensive lineman. Regardless as to how big your boobs are. Because I'm sorry.
I'll just let you talk because you okay. Go ahead.
Because you're not 80 pounds of boob.
You comical. But okay, I'm listening.
Okay. What size bra do you wear?
Size H.
Okay. And even if I gave you 25 pounds, which would be incredible, still you're overweight for your height. So let's keep on moving down the path.
Wow.
All right. Okay. Ma'am, I didn't make the rules, but I'm just saying a woman who's 5'4", dress size 4, dress size 6, 120 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
You're about the height of the women I traditionally date, and they're about 120 pounds, so that's 60 pounds more. You're fully 50%.
You said there are 100. The women that you date are 120 pounds.
That's about the size you the healthy.
What you dating,
that's a
white
healthy
girls?
weight. No, now see now you're about to go somewhere where I'm about to start getting. Okay. All right. Well, no, white women. I'm talking. I date healthy women.
Okay. See, I'm not sensitive. I have tough skin, so
But why do you associate? Why do you associate healthy weight with white?
No, I was being sarcastic when I said
that. Okay, but that's not necessary. See, the sad part is black women have gotten so far out of range with how healthy weight is. We associate healthy with white. Or no, ma'am, I can show you women in the 70s who were your height, your weight, and they were no height, and they were nowhere close to your weight. We have gotten to the point where we just accept this. And why am I pushing this point? Because it lowers your value.
You think
it lowers your value. Simple as that. How old is your oldest child?
My oldest child is 17.
And your youngest?
My youngest, which is my son, he's 6.
All right. So that means you got another 12 years. And do you want to have any more children?
I do. I have my tubes tied. I'm good.
Okay. So any man that you want to attract cannot have children with you. He would become a stepfather. And then what state do you live in?
I live in
Not city,
Kentucky.
state.
Kentucky. I heard you.
Okay.
I'm not incompetent. Kentucky.
Okay. So, I'm assuming would you like to get remarried?
I would if I came across the right individual. Yes,
All
I
right.
would.
And after marriage, do you plan on still working full time?
Yes.
All right.
I know. I grew up. I was born in the 80s. I was raised by my grandma. She was a pastor, and I know I would take care of my man. I still work.
But
Mhm.
but a man would still have to meet you and wait until wedding night, and you're not a virgin. Men don't do that at this age.
Yeah.
This is why you're supposed to get married early so you don't burn, because people don't wait that long. If you met somebody, how long do you think from the day you met them what was the soonest you could be down the aisle?
I'll say 6 months to a year.
Okay. Split the difference. Call it 9 months, which is still pretty fast because there are no kids involved. And what do you think the likelihood of finding a man who's going to be willing to wait 9 months to a year?
Ooh, it's possible.
Sure,
If I come
sure.
across the
See
right
why?
man.
Okay, so again, this is where the delusion starts. Why do you grown women sit back and say it's possible? So if your kid came home and he had a 49 in the class, and you're like, you need to make an A, and he said, well, you know what? It's possible. It's only a week or two left, but it's possible. You'd accept
Kevin,
that?
stop.
Because
Okay,
because y'all always make these, because you guys always give yourselves the most extreme benefit of the doubt. Because you're all special. Because you're never
so we're not allowed to feel special about
You're not. No, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to put yourself on a pedestal. You're special to your family. You're special to your children. To us, to men out here, you're just another woman. You're not special.
Okay.
And the humility that is gone from so many modern women is what's so troubling. The fact that you think you can be almost 40 years old, talking about I'm going to be a virgin and you're going to marry me to get my cookies because my cookies are good, and thinking
Because look,
and
Kevin,
thinking that makes sense.
Can I say this? I'm gonna tell you, it does make sense to me, because if I tried the other way, why not try something different? You see what I'm saying? If I tried it one way, it did not work. Why not try something different?
Well, it's not the
That's
sex
like
that was the
a
problem. It's
oxymoron,
not the
trying the
sex that
same
was the
thing and getting
problem.
the same
It's
results.
not the sex that was the problem.
You trying to say it was me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Because my ex-husband still wants to come back to this day.
Okay.
So obviously I was doing something right.
Okay.
It was him. Once
Okay.
I opened my legs, he started acting crazy.
Okay.
See,
All
now
right.
you see.
Okay. And again, your ex-husband. And all and the guys you've dated since then, these weak guys. When's the last time you had a relationship?
It's been like 4 years.
4 years. How long did that last?
4 years. It was a guy. He was a manager, and he's a retired
manager
veteran.
where?
At GE.
GE. Was he hourly?
Salary.
And he was weak.
Okay.
I'm asking. You said you attract weak men. He was weak, right?
He turned weak after a while. He did.
Okay.
He did.
After a while, so about how long into a relationship did you find out he was weak?
After we got into, sexual, like 3 years. It took a while.
So he wasn't weak for the first 3 years. He just got.
I'm so serious because.
All right. So why didn't he marry you?
Why didn't he? Because I changed my mind. He actually.
No, man. In the first 3 years, everything was okay. He wasn't weak. He was a salaried manager at GE, and you had 2 kids.
Yes.
Why didn't you marry him?
Because he was older, and older guys are set in their ways.
So
he
what?
was like 8 years older than me, and let's be real.
Oh, hold on, older 8 years.
What's the harm for?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Because at the time I was 34, and he was 42.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna let you go ahead and listen to this. Yeah, yeah. 4 years. 4 years. And it's always out. The fingers are always out there. Cause you got Jesus, this is gonna make me $1 million. Are you serious? And this is the problem. Women like you walk around thinking you're the shit. And this all
No, but
started
I never.
because
No, I don't think I am.
Excuse me.
I never once said I think I'm all that. But I know my
But when you
value.
think
It's
you're
a
gonna be
difference. It's,
celibate till marriage and think somebody's gonna do that, that's crazy.
let's be realistic, Samuel. It's about value. I might have a
Yeah, and your value
myself.
is low.
Oh wow! And how do you know that? You're not
Because
sure
you're
of that.
5'4" and 200 pounds.
Okay.
And 37 years old with 2 kids. That's how I know. In Kentucky.
Okay. That's your opinion.
It's not my opinion.
You never seen my body before, so you
I
just
don't
going
have to
by.
see your body. I know you're 5'4" and almost 200 pounds with 2 kids in Kentucky. And I see your picture.
You just say you
And I'm
couldn't see
listening to how you talk. And I'm listening to your energy. I'm listening to your tone. I'm listening to your relationships. See, what it is, you ladies don't like when somebody is this direct with you. Honest. I got no dog in this fight. I had a woman on here earlier and I told her she was absolutely gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't trying to screw you. You ain't giving me no money. What am I getting out of this?
Nothing.
So why do I have to lie?
You don't. And like I said, I have tough skin, so it doesn't, I ask for your
So they're
advice.
talking
I ask
about
for your
value,
advice.
ma'am. I ask you, what product on the market increases in value with age and use? Nothing. You're older, you're used, and your value is lower than it was when you were 25 with no kids than when you was with 20 before you had your first child. That's when your value was the highest, before you had a child. And you're talking about celibacy until marriage as if somebody has to treat you like a virgin. And that is it. Ma'am, listen. Not having sex with you until marriage is treating you like a born again virgin.
No, it's about my value.
I don't give a doggone what you call it. It's treating you like a born again virgin. A man cannot have sex with you until he is your husband. That is treating you like a. I'm sorry.
It's like y'all validate these hoes out here, but when a woman finds
It's
her
not a
value
hoe,
and her
ma'am. And
worth,
stop. We don't talk about these
the
hoes
truth.
out here. I'm talking about you.
Oh wow!
I don't know why you
Okay.
ladies think you can be celibate with 2 kids out here. Well, you can choose whatever you want, but it ain't working because apparently, here's your value. I mean, let's just be brutal, right? Get right down to it.
Okay.
Your value is. You obviously think your value is much higher than I'm reading, right?
Oh wow!
I say much higher than I'm reading.
Okay.
Is that true or false? Because you don't like my assessment, and you think your value's higher than it sounds like I'm saying. Is that true or not?
No.
So you think your value is what I'm saying it is?
Well, what you saying? My value is low, right? That's what you're saying.
I'm saying it. Yes, it's lower than when you had no kids.
I mean, that's what any woman after
But
after
but
30s
it
and
but you're asking higher prices.
Not really.
Yes, you are,
Not
man.
really.
You're asking somebody to
I'm
accept you
asking
not
for
have.
equal. That's it.
No,
I'm
no, you're
asking for
asking for
equal.
somebody. Oh, listen, this is not
Mhm.
working. You're asking for somebody not to have sex with you until you're married. That's a high price. That's a virgin's price. That's a
Wow.
virgin's price.
That's your opinion.
Okay, what would you call it, ma'am?
Okay? So I just supposed to be out here just
No,
laying on my
ma'am.
back.
I don't know. No. You just answer my question. You say, since my opinion, what would you call it? A man cannot have sex with a woman until he's married to her. That's a virgin price. What would you call it?
That's a virgin's price. Wow.
What would you call it?
What I would call it is having somebody that knows their worth. That's what I would call it. That's what I would call it. Be honest with you. It's like, okay, when you get
No,
when you're
ma'am. Listen, you're not. I think you're. See, this is when your ego's too into this.
No,
Ma'am,
it's not.
you're not
Okay.
even listening.
Okay. Okay.
If you don't have sex until your wedding night, that means that person has no idea who you are in an intimate setting. True or false?
That's true. So you want
That's
them to
like
test
being a virgin.
So test drive
That
before
is
they get
like being no, ma'am. Listen. Stop trying to listen to answer and listen to comprehend. I said you have a virgin's price, meaning he cannot have sex with you until after the marriage vows. That is a virgin's price. I ask you, what would you call it? You would say it's knowing my value. No, it's a virgin's price.
Okay.
Ma'am, is your value higher today than it was when you got married?
No.
Were you a virgin when you got married?
Oh yeah. No, I was not. It was higher. You're right. No, I was not a virgin when I got married. No.
So your value was higher when you got married?
No, it was not.
It's not. I don't understand. Let's
said
ask
was not.
again. When you got married, was your virgin higher then or is it higher now?
It's higher now.
Please explain.
Why are you tormenting me, Kevin?
No, ma'am, I'm asking you a simple question. You call me. I'm asking you to explain what you just said.
You said, is my value higher now than it was when I was married?
I said, was your virgin higher then or now? And you said now. I said, please explain.
The reason why I think it's higher now, you said my virgin, correct?
No, your value.
Oh, my value. Because you're on my cell phone. That's why it's hard to hear you.
Okay.
My value. The reason why I think my value is higher now than it was when I was married, because I've grown, I've learned, you know what I'm saying? And I got to know who I was as a woman. So I think my value has increased because as you get older, you learn, you grow, you mature. So that's why I think my value has increased.
This is not exact. Okay. So again, this is the equivalent of saying I've been on the job for 20 years.
Yeah.
And listen.
You have experience.
Listen to freaking comprehend and not respond.
Okay.
I'll let you speak. But you've been on the job for 20 years. And how often, but then you go out into the market and you find out that what they were paying you at that job ain't what the going market rate is. Happens all the time. Women do not gain value in men's eyes with wisdom, age, and experience. They gain value possibly in your husband's eyes, but not to just men on the market. You're older and used. No product gains value. And you ladies will sit there and fight logic. And let's just get right to the absolute core of it. Are you attracting higher value men?
Am I attracting higher value men?
Yes.
Yes, I am.
For marriage.
Okay, repeat that one more time.
Are you attracting them for marriage?
No. Be honest with you, no.
Because you're not.
That don't hurt my feelings. I call for
I'm
your
not saying
advice.
it's going to hurt your feelings. It's the truth.
I know. I'm saying because some women, they'll take it personal. It don't bother me. But I understand.
But the thing
I
is, ma'am, the thing is, walking around with this energy, like I know my value. I know it doesn't help you get the outcomes you want. It works opposite. You'll see when this video posts. You'll see. I can tell you. You'll see when this video posts because I can guarantee you, people are going to have a field day with some of your responses because it's this ego and prideful. And completely out, just completely outside of reality. And here's the thing, ma'am. And do you have sons or daughters?
I have a son and a daughter.
Okay. And imagine if your son just thought he was the best basketball player ever. He was just the shit. Best basketball player. He's colder than Michael Jordan. But there comes a point in time where he's going to have to show those skills. And does it matter how good a game he can talk? Does it matter how high a value? No. His actual value will be determined when the coach puts him on the court and he has to compete against other people. And if he
I got what
becomes
you're
a
saying.
water boy, he cannot sit around saying I'm better than the starters.
I understand what you're saying. I don't feel like I project, like I don't feel like I think I'm better than, I'm
Ma'am,
up
you
there. I don't
said your
think that.
value. You said your value is higher as an
That's just
older woman because
yes.
you have
And
age, wisdom, and experience. And
yes.
listen to what I'm about to say.
Okay.
Listen.
I'm listening.
When men pick women, what are some of the top reasons men choose a woman?
It could be different. Everybody's answer is
Oh,
different. I'm
here's
gonna say
see guys, see what just happened. See, that's that bullshit.
Okay. I'm gonna say stability. Some men do choose
Excuse
women
me.
for stability.
Savability.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
insane. You're insane. You're fucking.
See,
This is insane. See what happens is they don't want
because
to
I
answer the
had
question, ma'am.
conversation with
I'm going to
men and I
ask. I'm
asked,
going to ask you the question again. In
okay.
general,
Okay.
why do men pick women for girlfriends, relationships in general? Not nuance, not possibility. What do men generally choose or pick women based upon?
Would they pick them based upon?
Yes.
See, I talked to where I'm from.
What
They
do
say
they? What do
stability.
men generally pick women based
They
upon?
looks. They looks.
Exactly. Not their
What's it?
freaking experience and wisdom. Do your
Every man is
looks? Do
different, though,
your looks?
Kevin.
Do your looks improve
And that's not always
over
true.
time?
And that's not true.
Do
All the
your
time.
looks improve over time and with gravity?
You saying looks all the time. That's
Do
not
your
true.
looks improve over time? Do you look?
Okay, Kevin.
Yep. She meant every bit of that shit. She meant it all. That woman believes everything that was coming out of her mouth. Don't you for 1 second think she was joking, she was kidding. No, that's who she really believed that shit. She really believes that I'm more valuable and I'm this, I'm that. And this is why dying alone. And you wonder why, and again, go back to the beginning. Why I keep attracting these scrubs and these low-level dudes? Relationships are reflective. 5'4", 180 pounds. So she says. I think it's more. 2 kids. Talk about being celibate. Think she gonna make somebody wait until marriage before she have sex. I know what I'm talking about. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this stuff up. You simply cannot make it up. And really think that somebody's supposed to, yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until I'm gonna make a man wait because I know my value. So you mean you'd be going into marriage on virgin terms? Just on value terms. And understand, when the logic started lining up, women like her think that they can just change the facts because they disagree with them. Women like her think that they can change it. Oh no, I don't agree with that, so it don't matter. 2 + 2 is 5. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Nope. Doesn't work that way at all. And there was a time I used to feel kind of sad for women like that, but not anymore. I don't feel sad for women like that anymore because they're complicit in their own undoing. She walking through here with all that. I'm a 10. I'm a 10. I'm a 10. I am in reality. Same thing, right? I deserve a man with money. Wow. So, ladies, this is frustration happens when expectations don't line up with reality. And this is why so many women are walking around as the walking dread. They are living in direct conflict with reality. And you, me, no one can tell them they're wrong. Can't tell them they're not right because we have told everybody that everybody's opinions are equal. Only God can judge me. So from that woman to the young Christian feminist, across the board. And sadly, how are men supposed to pick from women who lack this amount of self-awareness, gratitude, empathy, and humility? How many humble women did we hear from? Women who actually had humility, an accurate estimation of what really is. Nope. Somebody's all came around with their queens, with their helmet, their crowns on, bling bling. All right, well, I'm gonna get up out of here. It's after 1:00. I got some stuff to do, but this was dope. Be looking out for the prize and the catch updates coming on Sunday or Monday. But until the next time, peace. We are gone. You cannot make this shit up. We got a smoke show coming up next week. Free smoke, free smoke, free smoke. We're going to have the questions about colorism, white girls, 50-50. What's the other one we're going to talk about? Oh, yeah. Obviously, children. Next week it's going to be in fuego. Got to get these conversations out. 50-50. Big Shirley. Big Shirley. Big Shirley going home early. If you want to be a Money World girl, send your video to info@bykevinsamuels.com. I'm looking for new Money World girls. If you want your original music to possibly play it on the show, send it to me. I'm listening to music suggestions. If you want to buy advertising on the program, we're starting to do that too. Yes, t-shirts coming, so much stuff coming. Good stuff. Let me see who's in here. Shout out. I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, ham, spam, hog, dog, chicken, turkey, pigs. I didn't get to do King Ike tonight. Where's King Ike? Oh. Bye, dog. Thank you, folks.